It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Sure, any two slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll, perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats and cheeses, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aioli, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made fresh just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. Gotta have a Wawa. This season calls for giving more than just a cup of cheer. It calls for
Wawa's Frosted Sugar Cookie Iced Coffee? Sweet.
A peppermint cookies and cream smoothie? So smooth.
Guys, we might have gotten you the same thing.
Oh, good. That's what I wanted anyway.
Give joy this season with Wawa's handcrafted holiday beverages. Happy sippings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Wednesday, the final GOP debate of the year is on News Nation, America's fastest-growing cable news network. SiriusXM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event from the University of Alabama as the candidates make their case to America on the only network for all America, the News Nation Republican Primary Debate. Live Wednesday, 8 Eastern. To find News Nation on your TV, go to joinnn.com.
Ready to unleash your music genius? Create your own songs in just a few swipes with a brand new Hype app. Whether it's hip-hop, rock, or electronic, the Hype app lets you effortlessly create and share your own music. Get creating. Then listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air. It could win you $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com. Hype. That's HYPH. Or on Instagram at XL1067. Watch out, Music World. Here you come.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, December 4th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from did FSU get robbed to a woman spends 11 days on hold and a girl ate 96 gummies on accident. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Good day.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
It's hot in here.
Oh, I hear it's a little toasty in the studio today.
I was just informed you want to keep that door propped open. The AC's broken.
Oh, no. We talking like, is sweat worthy in there? Or?
I'll tell you at the end of the segment. I mean, it's definitely starting to feel a little steamy here, and I probably would have worn a different outfit had I known, something with sleeves.
You know, the other fun thing that folks should know at HQ, what they do, it's so kind of them, they, like many other companies, put a lockbox around the thermostat. So you're not allowed to touch it, or at least they used to do that.
Lockbox free. But
is it really
broken?
It's just not working.
The lockbox and the thermostats, I think, have been a like a sugar pill. What do you call that? A placebo for a long time. I don't think those have been working in a very long time. And if they are even happen to be working now, they won't be soon, because there's been a bunch of people over the last couple of weeks, including listeners of the show, fans of the show, that have been working to run a whole bunch of cabling, and I was like, what is all this for? And there's a new AC control. So,
wait, hold on. That might reveal something about the old one. A little bit suspicious there. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a rally for former President Trump, where there's a guy outside with some interesting opinions. He's got some things that he believes in. Maybe you don't quite believe in them, but to each their own. Let's see what he has to say here.
Who is Mike Lindell? Who is? Is John still alive? We're going to find out the truth.
I'm sorry, what?
You think that Mike Lindell is John F. Kennedy Jr.?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
You have a picture to prove it there? So this is a picture.
So he's got a picture of Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, next to John F. Kennedy Jr., and this is his evidence. Like, clearly, this is John F. Kennedy Jr. He's alive and well, and
definitely, I could see the similarities for sure.
They both have the same color hair. That's about all these two have in common here.
You know what? Mike Lindell has been working his ass off. Mm-hmm. He's been sued multiple times.
True.
He's been honest about the crack.
He was addicted to crack, Sean.
Mm-hmm,
then for what? The end game was to be considered the reincarnation of John F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, it's a long journey, buddy. Yeah, he got there eventually, according to this guy.
Mike Lindell and John F. Kennedy Jr. And so what's the evidence here?
Well, the evidence is we're going to find out that people
we're going to find
have to play
out
certain roles to get the truth out to people.
So
what?
Why would John F. Kennedy...
Guys like this say the most generic things. When you press them on something, we're going to find out. People have to do things to convince people other things.
The evidence is we're going to find out.
Yeah, we're investigating. We're going to look into
being
this.
Made.
Big government won't allow us to find out if Mike Lindell is John F. Kennedy Jr. We need to know these things.
Jr. fake his own death and then assume the identity of a pillow salesman.
Well, you have to ask yourself, what was he running for? He was running for a seat in New York. Who won that seat? Was it Hillary Clinton?
So John F. Kennedy Jr. is actually Mike Lindell.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We're going to find out.
We're going to find
get down
out
to the bottom.
for sure. Now,
I love
was
these
it
guys.
John F. Kennedy Jr. or was it John F. Kennedy that a bunch of the Q people thought he was coming back on a particular day? Remember?
Yeah, it was the same guy.
It was John F. Kennedy Jr. Or?
It was Junior, but they were at the spot where Senior was shot.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
Got
yes.
it.
This was like in Dallas where they gathered on the streets and everybody's around and they're like, we're just waiting. We're waiting. It's going to happen. And then inevitably it does not obviously happen. And then I love when they're like, turns out we're here too early. It's going to happen next year.
Right.
We got our dates wrong. That's what was going on here. We screwed everything up. My God. Well, he's figured it out. He's uncovered the truth, and we're going to look into this. We're going to see what's going on behind the deep state.
Proof is in the pudding, and by pudding I mean pictures that don't look anything alike.
Hey,
we're going to find out.
They're both humans. Are they not? Are they not both humans?
Good
yes.
point.
They are both men. Yes.
With penises. Yep.
Yes.
No,
And
we
they are
don't know
both
that for sure.
They're both men with dark hair, and that to him is enough. That's enough of a matchup to determine what we got going on here. A lot of FSU fans very angry today. Oof, man. They did not take this weekend very well.
And we have all the matchups for college football and the college football playoffs. Got Michigan versus Alabama, Washington versus Texas, Florida State, nowhere to be found.
No.
Which, legitimate gripe, I think. They didn't lose any games, right? They were undefeated, I think.
I have no idea.
You're undefeated, but you don't make it to the college playoffs.
I know undefeated, but I think their
strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule was like 55 or something. Which, sorry, then there needs to be a better system. If you have this like whirlwind year where you haven't lost a single game, there's got to be a way of going, all right, well, let's bump these guys up so that they have a seat at the table.
Yeah, and you know why that's important? Because if you're in the college football playoffs, you get to play in a bowl game that actually has an impressive name. You don't want to end up in the Cheez-Its Bowl. You don't want to end up in the Oatmeal Bowl. You don't want to end up in the whatever.com.net.biz Bowl, whatever it is. There was one that I saw, and it's like the
playing in the Instant Grits Bowl.
It was like the fixyourroof.com or something bowl. And I said, there's too many of these things.
That's a necessity, though. Let's think about it.
Yeah, you got to have roofs. That's true. But their reaction to finding out they were missing the college football playoff was just a room full of real upset people who worked their asses off all season long. Here they are.
Devastated, and I'm sure they're
all slamming stuff
of anger in Tallahassee as a result of this.
These guys are pissed off as they get this news, and I don't blame them. I mean, I don't know about this, but I know that if I was undefeated and I was Florida State, I'd be pretty upset if I didn't get to make it to the next step.
Terribly unfortunate set of circumstances that left Mike Norvell, who has done a fabulous job at Florida State, put this in.
Everybody just looks, I'll say it in a word, disappointed. They truly do. They are not thrilled.
Deflated, I think, even.
Yeah, deflated would be a good word as well.
Tom Brady.
And the coach of FSU penned this scathing note. Mike Norvell is his name. And he says, I am disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision today to have what was earned on the field taken away because a small group of people decided they knew better than the results of the games. What is the point of playing games? Do you tell players it's okay to quit if somebody goes down? Do you not play a senior on senior day for fear of injury? Where is the motivation to schedule challenging non-conference games? He says. We're not only an undefeated P5 conference champion, but we also played 2 P5 non-conference games away from home, and we won both of them. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds impressive at least.
I think a lot of the argument where they're being compared to the undefeated UCF team that so famously self-proclaimed national champions.
I remember
for being undefeated. And you talk to any FSU fan, they go, well, this is totally different. This is totally different, guys, because it's the P5 stuff.
Yeah, they said, I don't understand how we're supposed to think this is an acceptable way to evaluate a team. Again, this is FSU coach Mike Norvell. I'm hurting for our players who have displayed a tremendous amount of resilience and response this season. What happened today goes against everything that is true and right in college football. A team that overcame tremendous adversity and found a way to win doing whatever it took on the field was cheated today. It's a sad day for college football, they said. So there he goes.
Not for the other teams that are going to the bowl.
They're thrilled. They couldn't be happier about this. Michigan versus Alabama, Washington versus Texas, and everybody in the shakeout happy except for FSU.
And I think one of the things that I read, kind of flipping through some of the Facebook rage yesterday, that really stuck out to me was potential players like high school football stars right now are going to look at this situation and go, I don't want to go to Florida State. They can win every single game they play and still not go to the playoffs. They're not getting the respect they deserve. I'm going to go to one of these schools that made the cut.
Right. I wouldn't, you wouldn't blame them, right? Like they're who they pick to go to in terms of the colleges, if they're a star athlete, is a huge deal. And this is going to have some reverberations there for sure. Over at the box office, Beyonce was number one at the box office. With $22 million, some of those monies possibly from Sabrina and Friends. And
mine was.
It was Freeze?
Mine was Freeze, but with some, charity tie-in to it. I'm sure someone got paid.
How did it go? Were you guys partying in the theater by yourselves?
I mean, there was the OG Beyonce group was losing their damn minds. At some point, they put me in a handstand, and for good reason.
Yeah.
It was such a great film. Crying, dancing, singing.
You said film.
Film.
Is there more to it than like the Taylor Swift thing was just a concert mostly, I believe. I haven't seen it, but I think that's what it was. Was this more than just a concert video?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It had a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of backstory, a lot of things that were not really known as far as what happened within this tour and how it all came to be. It was also much longer than I thought. I never looked at the time. It was almost
like 3
hours. Yeah.
That was a long one. Yeah, for sure.
Such a great time. I really do want to go back and see it again just because I feel like there's moments I did not catch because I was just so pumped.
Too busy
there.
handstanding?
Yeah.
I did see a lot of people who would go watch the movie, and afterwards they were like, it was so loud in the movie theater and people were dancing. And you go,
that's the point.
What are you expecting?
We went outside and asked them to pump up the volume a little bit more. It wasn't loud enough.
My God, that's so weird to go to a concert movie and they'd be like, people are singing. They did this before when they put out a version of, I think it was a Disney movie, and the version was like sing-along version. It had the words on the screen. And then people would go to the movie and be like, oh, everybody in here singing.
What the heck?
What do you expect to happen? $22 million, far below that of what Taylor Swift got at the box office, if this is a competition. But that put her in the number one spot. You had at number two, what was number two? I don't have the list in front of me anymore. But then they said the Marvels fell out of the top 10 after 3 weekends, which is obviously not good for that movie. They're not going to make that money back ever. And the interesting thing is, there was a movie that was out this weekend. Hang on. No, that's not it. It's not Godzilla X Kong.
No, the second this weekend was The Hunger Games.
Okay.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
And Godzilla -1 was third?
That is correct.
Here's the thing that I want to bring up, all right? We're in this weird-ass era where the company's making $250 million movies. $250 million movies. Godzilla -1 cost $15 million. All right? And this movie looks good.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
It's not a lot of money.
CGI?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really cost this much money to make these kind of movies. There was another movie I watched this year, which was like a robot movie, and like the little kid robot or whatever, who was going to take over the world. And that movie was so beautiful as far as the CG goes, and it was just amazing. Look, it looked like it cost $300 million. Movie cost $80 million to make. They're messing with the numbers here. Everybody's getting greedy. These movies should not cost as much. And then they wouldn't have to recoup that much money because they sure as hell aren't going to recoup the $270 million they spent on the Marvels because of how big that damn budget was. Now people just don't seem to want to see the movie that much. All right, chat is down for me right now. I don't know if you guys can see chat, but mine's busted over here.
No, not working.
Mondays, huh?
We shall see your chat messages at some point, so keep those coming, even though we're blind to them at the moment. We got so many things to discuss on a very busy Monday. We got a friend, Amy Kay, joining us a little bit later on today. And when we come back, a woman was on hold for quite some time, waiting for an answer to a question she had. In fact, this woman spent 11 days on hold, which...
That's insane.
That's a little bit long to be on hold, and we'll see what happened with her. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on the Greenway due to an accident southbound at CR 46A, exit 52. The left lane is blocked. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429. The left shoulder is blocked. Expect delays due to an accident on International Drive at Destination Parkway. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the money today guarantee. They're playing cha-chingle bells at Jackson Hewitt starting December 11th. Get a holiday loan for up to $1,000. Visit jacksonhewitt.com. Early refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Finance charge applies. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Wednesday, the final GOP debate of the year is on News Nation, America's fastest growing cable news network. Sirius XM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event from the University of Alabama as the candidates make their case to America on the only network for all America, the News Nation Republican Primary Debate. Live Wednesday, 8 Eastern. To find News Nation on your TV, go to joinnn.com. Wednesday, the final GOP debate of the year is on News Nation, America's fastest growing cable news network. Sirius XM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event from the University of Alabama as the candidates make their case to America on the only network for all America, the News Nation Republican Primary Debate. Live Wednesday, 8 Eastern. To find News Nation on your TV, go to joinnn.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
My name is John Clay Wolf. I'm the CEO of GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer, and I love to buy cars. We just buy them all. Been doing it for 30 years. Look at the reviews online for Give Me the VIN. You'll be shocked how much our customers love us. This holiday season, we'd love to do business with you at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer, where we love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Sure, any two slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll, perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats and cheeses, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aioli, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made fresh just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. Gotta have a Wawa.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy. But more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Wing House can't make the weekend last longer, but we can give you 20 wings for $20 every Saturday and Sunday. And the lovely Wing House ladies will help take your mind off having to go back to work on Monday. 20 wings, $20 every weekend at Wing House Bar and Grill. Good food, beautifully served.
Suddenly, you're stuck with an unexpected car repair expense. And just like that, you don't have enough cash to pay your rent. Now what? Download the Solo Funds app. As part of the Solo community, other members loan you the cash you need at terms you select. No credit checks and no title loans you can never pay back. At Solo Funds, our members come through for one another. We're Solo. Join us at solofunds.com.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
Dirty to learn this. I'll tell you what's going on in just a moment. First, tips at thenewsjunkie.com and Hollywood Brad emails. He says, hey, on Friday, you mentioned that Hollywood is back in business after the strikes, but that's not really true yet. SAG, that's the Screen Actors Guild, is still voting on their contract until December 5th, and almost every show and movie won't start back up until they've voted on that and ratified the deal, he says. I only know of one Steadicam operator that's actually working, and he's only working because if they don't finish the movie before Christmas, they won't be able to release the movie on the previously announced release date. There may be a couple others, but I'm not aware of any. He says the studios don't want to start shooting something and then find out the actors voted no on the contract and the strike is back on, which is unlikely but possible. There are a lot of actors that are not happy with the contract and will vote no. We'll see what happens in a couple of days. He says, in the meantime, all of us crew members are completely screwed and either completely broke or almost broke. We're not on strike, but we haven't been allowed to work for 7 months. Imagine that.
What a lack of job security that's got to be. I mean, that's got to be stressful.
7 months? There's a lot of people who can't float for 7 months, for God's sake. It sucks, he says. And many have lost their health insurance because of this, and most have had their unemployment run out by now. I'm sure a lot of people have left the business and gotten other jobs, which turns out may have been a smart move. He says, hopefully this is a helpful update we'll be back to work soon, but don't expect much new content for about 6 months to a year. Come on, Brad. What are you telling me here? This is news I do not want to hear because I've been enjoying all the glorious content out there like Squid Game The Challenge, which...
Oh, I still have to watch the last episode. That just came out, right? Or is it this week?
Yeah, no. That one's not out yet, but the other 4 are out. Have you seen all the way up until the bridge one?
No, I saw the bridge one, so I feel like I still don't have one more episode until this finale. Maybe not.
If you've seen all the ones they've released, then there's only one more, which is the finale. And Celine, you haven't watched this at all, have you? Or did you start?
I haven't seen a single episode yet, but we're getting on it. We finally finished Suits.
Did you watch the original Squid Game?
Yeah, it was great.
All right. And you finally finished Suits after 7 years.
Good.
The longest marathon ever. And a marathon where he's been hate watching for the last couple of seasons, it appears.
It wasn't that bad. It was just like, a lot of it was super, super predictable and repetitive. And but part of it was also we were, stopping to watch Golden Bachelor, stuff like that, SNL. It wasn't the only. We weren't like just wall-to-wall Suits.
I got like a straight-up spoiler on my TikTok about Golden Bachelor to the point where I'm like, well, there's not even a point to watching the last episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Actually,
it's still
you
worth
should
it.
watch the last episode.
Yeah, it's still worth it.
It is
really
cringeworthy. Oh, gosh, it's hard to get through.
I knew the women that he wasn't, the woman that he was not going to choose was going to have some things to say, and boy, did she ever!
Yeah,
and he's just like, all right, I'm going to take my lumps here. I'm just going to sit and listen, old Gary.
The moment where you kind of realize, and I guess it's set in for him. I don't know if it had already set in for him or what the deal was, but like the moment as a viewer that the woman he doesn't pick says, I love you, and he says, well, that's a really great sentiment. And you're just like,
God. That's awful. It's like, I love your spirit.
She noticed that she wasn't going to get picked one thing after another. So like she went to go kiss him on the lips and he gave her a peck on the cheek.
Oh,
and then she would say something to him and like he wouldn't be reciprocal and respond.
But
and
the
you're
day
like,
before he was saying I love you to her.
Oh yeah, and she
so
let him have it. This lady, it was something to watch. But the Squid Game, the challenge, this whole reality version of Squid Game, which is awesome. It's done so well. It's super fun to watch, and it's a big ass production. But I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off.
Are you saying
about
all
this.
the behind the scenes stuff now?
I saw an interview with, the guy who was there with his mother?
Yes.
The two of them. Oh, man, there's some great moments with, mother and son.
And they're all like hanging out now, too.
Yeah.
And they're all like, revealing. I think the big thing last week was that they didn't have chapstick, so they used condoms.
Right.
And then all the stuff really spilled over this weekend.
Okay, the thing that I feel like I've been lied to here. Okay, this doesn't spoil anything for the folks who are going to watch Squid Game, the challenge, and haven't watched it yet. Obviously, you know that they're going to do the glass bridge thing, which if you haven't seen it, glass bridge was when all these Squid Game players lined up, and in front of them are two glass tiles, and then there's a long line of them. It's like a sidewalk with two glass tiles side by side, and you have to jump on one of the glass tiles. And if it's the right one, it stays and there's no problem. And if it's the wrong one, it breaks and you plummet down to earth. And as we're watching it, Courtney could not have been more worried for these poor contestants that were descending into hell. She was like, are they okay?
It was a big drop. It was a very big drop.
I mean, it looked like it was 400 feet in the air. It looked like it was way, way, way up in the air.
And I really enjoyed it. I'm like, God, they made that look so cool. Obviously, it was the lighting. It didn't look as far of a drop. And there was, clearly a big pillow underneath.
Yeah. And there was something done with the reflection that made it look like this thing was way up in the air. And it was still pretty high off the ground. But these people, when they would step on the wrong glass plane and, the bottom would come out from underneath them, it just looked like they got sucked into the abyss. Like, they just, 1 minute they were there and then, they're gone. And they've been plummeted into the depths of hell. And each time Courtney's going, oh, my God, they're not professionals. They're not ready for this.
Sweet Courtney.
And I go, oh, that's so wild how they did it. What a great execution of this game. And then one of the guys did an interview, and he said, no one actually fell through the glass.
What? Boo.
He said they learned when they stepped on the glass, either you passed or they said your player number and that you were eliminated. And then they had you fake squat down on the glass, and then a stuntman went through. And how about this? The stuntman had to go on each individual glass and fall through every single one of them so that they could edit it together it was the contestants. And I was like, what? I wanted so much more from that.
It's not a big deal that they, I guess for safety reasons, it totally makes sense. But you also were, from what I understand, giving 1,000 calories a day. Men, left and right, were losing all this weight a week, which seems unsafe. You had waivers. You had a bunch of stuff that was risky on their part, but then they're like, for this really cool stunt, we have to use professionals.
Honestly, I would love to play that for real. I mean, not for real like you die, but for real like there's a big... when you go into a kid's play center and they have that pit of all the foam pieces, the block, put that down there.
Ellen used to have some bit where she would bring some audience member up and they would drop down and there was no stunt person involved.
Yeah.
But Ellen got to do whatever she wanted.
It was fake. They lied to us. It's still great, though. Don't think that you shouldn't watch for that reason. This is a really well done show. and it's been fun to watch. And now I'm ready for the finale here on Squid Game: The Challenge, but some of it's lies.
It is a little disappointing to hear that that they like replaced some of that with stunt doubles, because it would have been fun. At least, I mean, if you're not going to win the game, at least get to do something fun like fall through the fake floor and onto some foam or whatever. But also, like, they could have just gone the other way with it, like they did with Floor is Lava, where they had the people overact their demise.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they fell in the lava, like, oh my god,
stretch it out for a while.
Yeah.
Oh God. So that was a lie, but still so good and totally worth watching. Before we get to the great content desert that is the beginning of 2024, let's go over to this lady. She is a soldier fighting in the on-hold wars that we've all been battling in at some point in our lives. This woman from Colorado said she has finally received her unemployment benefits from the state. This after Lisa Craig told KUSA she received a payment in mid-November from the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment after spending a total of 278 hours on hold, waiting for answers.
Would you do that?
That is a long time.
Hang up and try again after hour 1.
Yeah, sometimes they even have the option where it's like, we'll call you back. And
that's my favorite.
I mean, they clearly forgot about you, but you still went on for 11 days?
I think this may have been like overtime or something, but let's hold on here. Let's see this report. Let's see what they say about this lady.
A Colorado woman says she spent the equivalent of 11 days on hold waiting for answers about her unemployment benefits. Since losing her job in May, Lisa Craig says she spent over 278 hours on hold. Can you imagine? She says the hold music has not improved, and neither has her luck.
Here she is.
Oh, it's worse than like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's like every week nothing happens, and every week less money is in the bank.
Oof.
Craig says she only reached a human at the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment about 5 times. They've told her someone filed using her name 3 years ago.
Oh, God, she's got a mess on her hands.
System put her on a program integrity hold. The state says it's looking into her case and hopes to have things cleared up within.
Man, some of these big government programs are such a pain in the ass. It's such a big sloppy mess, the operations that they got going on. So for the total equivalent of 11 days or 278 hours, she was on hold just trying to get her money back. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Maybe you do, though. Let's hear what you have to say. Let's go over to thenewsjunkie.com and you hit record on your first dispatch right now. They're coming out after the FSU, folks. Here's I'm Not a Hippie with a Dispatch.
All right. I'm going to make this real simple, real quick. First off, that Florida State coach sounds like a crybaby. Secondly, in fact, that he forgot to mention in that letter that Florida State in 2010 had a chance to join the SEC and they declined. So now they are dealing with the fallout of that decision. And guess what? That is long-term storytelling at its finest. Now, if they was undefeated in the SEC with the record they have now, they would be competing for a national championship or in the top 4 of the playoffs. Same thing that happened to UCF a few years ago. Guess what happened? UCF moved up another conference to get better strength of schedule. It's simple and plain. Now they have to deal with the decisions they made in 2010 not to join the SEC. Deal with it. Stop crying.
All right. He makes some good points. I don't know. I mean, are they just being a bunch of crybabies? Should they have seen this coming down the pipeline? I mean, it's still hard for me to say because this stuff is not my wheelhouse necessarily, as you know. Here's Synth Solution with a dispatch. For instance, I didn't watch a single college football game all weekend long.
Sean.
Or professional football game.
So rude.
Or any sports at all. Here's Synth Solution.
You know, when I woke up this morning, I was hoping to not have a crazy day. But then I turn on the radio, and the first thing I hear is Mike Lindell is really JFK Jr.
I know.
And that sentence, my mind just decided to go fry itself. Because then I started thinking of other things, like what if Michael Jackson is really the ShamWow guy?
Could be, but I'm thinking that all of this is just a bunch of nonsense.
Isn't that guy in jail?
Who? The ShamWow guy? He did have that. There was like, okay, this is a little vague in my brain here.
Didn't they beat up a hooker?
Yeah, there was a thing with a prostitute in a hotel room, I think. 80% sure that happened. There was something with him, and he got into some trouble. If you look up ShamWow prostitute, you'll probably see more of what happened. But he disappeared, man. That guy was everywhere. You're going to love my nuts, you know?
Oh.
And then next thing you know, boom, he's gone. The slap chop, the ShamWow.
I remember the nuts thing.
Oh, yeah, with the slap chop. He was making all the things, and he said, you're going to love my nuts. And he started smashing up the nuts in his little slap chop thing. Here's I'm a PC, also talking about the college playoffs.
I just want to make a comment about the college playoffs.
All right.
The reason that they are not in there is because of money. Only money, and it'll always be money. So you guys can shut up about it and realize it's all about money.
Was rude.
A lot of fighting going on here. Both sides fighting each other, getting angry. Somebody said FSU absolutely got robbed.
How are we supposed to realize it's about money if we shut up about it?
Exactly. Yeah, we can't do both of those. We got to learn from you what the hell's going on here to begin with. Demento.
Hey, what's going on, dudes? Junkie.
Hey.
FSU absolutely got robbed of a chance to play for a title. Absolutely got robbed.
Absolutely.
And the blame lies with Disney and ESPN because they have a massive media contract with the SEC.
All right, hold on. We have to stop here. So this is either about money, either about Disney and ESPN, or perhaps about FSU equals stupid because they should have seen this coming. So one of those three things is the truth. You could decide for yourself which one you'd like to latch on to. We have a major problem that nobody seems to want to deal with in this country. People keep throwing stuff at other people standing on stages. Why?
I thought that was, we had a pause on that. There was definitely a phase of it, but now we have more people getting stuff thrown at them.
We had a short break. We had a little pause in the battle, but now I think the hostilities have resumed, and they got to do something about this. What happened? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Bot free since 2008. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today are going to be in the low 80s. It's going to be warm and muggy out there. Chance for a passing sprinkle or two, but all in all, mostly cloudy skies are expected. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, you can expect the 50s, and we continue to cool down through the middle of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by CarsForKids.org.
It's a busy time, but remember that this is a season of giving. And when you donate your vehicle to CarsForKids.org, you're making sure that more kids stay in school and graduate. So donate your vehicle to CarsForKids.org. That's CarsForKids.org.
Right off the car, not the kid.
Huge end of the year savings going on right now through the end of the month down at Nations Trucks. That means no payments for 3 months. It also means financing is available for up to 96 months with approved credit on every truck in stock. Every Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all. Lifted trucks, work trucks, diesels, and 4x4s. They're going to have the truck that's perfect for you, perfect for your budget, perfect for your lifestyle, maybe even your job. And you can only find out by visiting nationstrucks.com today. Go on and see them in Sanford, over in Sanford, 1792, 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, yeah, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No, scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese, or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but 2 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Extra cash coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
'Tis the season to find incredible deals on a wide selection of auto parts, tires, and accessories. With Amazon Automotive, you can skip the store and the crowds and shop online. Find the parts and accessories you need to outfit your vehicle for winter or the perfect gift for the car lover in your life. At Amazon Automotive, you'll find everything from tires and OEM parts to car care, interior accessories, motor oil, and more. Shop top brands today at Amazon.com/automotive.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Anti-Semitism takes many forms, from a passing comment in casual conversation to vandalism and even violence. Shine a Light is a national initiative to spotlight anti-Semitism. A coalition of over 60 Jewish and non-Jewish organizations from across the U.S. and Canada, Shine a Light draws inspiration from Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, to encourage Jews and allies to speak out against anti-Semitism and send a message that one single light can dispel darkness. Join us at shinealighton.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real radio. 104.1.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
that I think happens to most people, and then we try to figure out what's going on in our brains when it does. But Cordy and I are in full Christmas movie mode. We got the tree up, we're ready to go. Each night when all the work's finally done, it's like, let's sit down and let's watch a Christmas movie. And her absolute favorite movie in the world is Home Alone. So we were watching that last night, and watching it, it's so weird to me when you watch a movie like that. Like, Catherine O'Hara, is her name right?
Oh, yes.
I believe.
Yeah. From Schitt's Creek?
She's the best. She was in Best in Show. She's in all kinds of stuff. And she's a fantastic actress and put on, like, just a performance for Home Alone that made
exactly what you're going to bring up.
A legendary movie. Now, quick question. How old are you right now, Sabrina?
Quick question for you. How old am I, Sean? We've known each other for almost 11 years.
35.
No.
No. 34?
Nope.
36.
33.
33 years old. I'll be 34 next year.
Okay, so 33 years old, all right? When she filmed that movie, when she filmed Home Alone, She was 36 years old.
Now, she was 36, or she played a mom who was 36?
No, she was 36 years old when she filmed that movie. And it's so weird because when you watch it, maybe you guys have the same experience I do. When I watch a movie like that, she just looks like a mom to me. So for some reason, I think, well, there's no way this person that I'm looking at and her husband, who has some kind of job that can afford him to allow the whole family to fly to France, some of them first class even.
Well, it was cheaper back then.
There's no way that these people could be younger than me. That's an impossibility that this woman could be younger than me. And she's 36 years old. And I was trying to explain this phenomenon. And the best way I think I can explain this is there's something that happens with the first time you watch something. So if the first time you watch Home Alone, you're a little kid. I was a little kid. That movie came out in 1990, friends.
I was born then.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. And in 1990, I was 9 years old. All right. And I remember watching this movie. And when I watched the movie, all of the people seemed older. You know, Catherine O'Hara seemed like an old mom figure. And so did the father, Peter McAllister, the father. And all of these different characters. So that's how you have it settled in your brain. From the first time you watched it, you were young, they were older, and you see them as like parental figures.
I felt the same way watching Friends. You know, growing up watching Friends, that they were this group. They were living in New York City. They had their jobs and their relationships. And then watching it as an adult, I'm like, I'm older than them right now and what they played.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense when you're watching.
Mind.
When you're watching, you're like, I don't feel like I think those people are older than me. When you're watching it on television or watching a movie, it's a trick that happens in your brain, and you stay locked in at that first time that you watch the movie. I think that's my guess as to what's going on here mentally when that happens. But she was 36 years old when they filmed that movie, and by the way, holds up perfectly to this day. Still looks great. Still shot in some sort of HD, so it doesn't get that little like squared off frame thing. Ugh.
Oh, the old 4x6.
Yeah, I can't watch if there's a show like Top Chef. Courtney and I will watch Top Chef from time to time, though it's fallen off a little bit. We'll watch, but if we're going back in seasons, once you hit the season before they switch to HD, nope, can't watch it. Don't like it
because it's square.
Because it's dated looking. It seems like I'm watching something out of the damn time capsule or whatever. It's just, for some reason, I can't watch them when they're that old.
It makes you wonder, like, man, were these things just really low budget? And you're like, no, this looked great at the time.
Yeah, you were impressed back then, but then HD changed everything, and now we can't go back. I just can't take it. Before we get to your dispatches, let's talk about what happened on stage during a promotional event in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for the folks from Dune 2. Now, I feel bad here because I've not seen Dune 1. Am I alone on that? Or
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen it.
I've heard great things. People are like Star Wars level story effects, all kinds of stuff. I just haven't brought it, haven't been like interested enough to watch it.
Me too. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but it just really hasn't popped up on my radar enough. But Dune 2 is coming out soon. And Florence Pugh, who's one of the stars of this movie, she's on stage with a couple of fellow co-stars, and they're doing like a little promotional thing, and some son of a bitch in the audience wings something that just hits her right in the face, like gets her right in the eyeball almost.
That is a strange place to do it, because up until this story, we had heard about it at concerts. Mm-hmm. And that seemed normal, but I've never seen a panel in which somebody throws something.
Yeah, you wouldn't think like
a Drew
like
Barrymore
a Comic-Con. You wouldn't think at a Comic-Con somebody would violently throw something at the people who are on stage. They don't know what it was, or at least I haven't seen this. Somebody says it resembles a shrimp, whatever she was hit with, but unconfirmed as to what this item is. And we need to start locking these people up. All right, that's the only way to fix this is we have to track these losers down. And January 6th style with the video footage. Go in, identify the people, and start throwing them behind bars or publicly hanging them so that we can get back to an orderly event when somebody's just trying to get on stage or do a show. You see things like Rolling Loud, and it looks like there's an artillery attack on the human being who dares to stand on the stage. And a lot of times the people who are throwing stuff are like, oh, yeah, we love this guy. You go, you love him? Why are you pelting him with all sorts of stuff? Why are you throwing all these water bottles at him? What is happening? We've fallen apart as a culture, and humanity is crumbling here. And this time, bam, Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet, damn it, I did it again. God. Timothy Chalamet, I got to fix that. Timothy Chalamet. Zendaya and Austin Butler, they all were able to swerve and didn't get hit here. And she got popped right in the eye by this object in Brazil at this panel for what was essentially like a Comic-Con. We got to put a stop to that stuff. It's ridiculous. Let's go to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches before we get all set up for Amy Caulfield, our friend. Actually, before we do that, I have to tell you guys my favorite new rumor. Oh, man. This is my favorite new rumor in Washington, D.C. You know that I'm a fan of all the chaos around Santos, right?
Yeah.
He is just, I mean, it's glorious to watch a man lie.
I almost feel like I'm going to miss him, being in Congress.
He's a professional level liar. Like,
he is, without any sort of second breath. There's no double take. It is full confidence on everything he lies about.
George Santos, all the confidence in the world, and the biggest lies you could imagine he will tell. And then he'll get found out and he'll go, no, that's the truth. I'm sticking with that. So there's an email that is starting to circulate from a guy named Max Miller. And he said, colleagues, late yesterday on the floor, I alluded to a personal impact of Rep. Santos's conduct. Earlier this year, I learned that the Santos campaign had charged my personal credit card and the personal credit card of my mother for contribution amounts that exceeded FEC limits. So donations to Santos.
How did he get that information?
Neither my mother nor I approved these charges or were aware of them. We have spent tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees in the resulting follow-up. I've seen a list of roughly 400 other people whom the Santos campaign allegedly did this. I believe some other members of this conference might have had the same experience. The new theory is, and I love this, oh boy, do I hope this is true. The new theory is that Santos was wandering around with an RFID scanner.
No.
And was like stealing all the credit card numbers of the politicians that he was around. I don't know if he did that or not, but I love the idea that he's just like scanning around. And you could do this that's why they sell those wallets that like block the RFID stuff. It was allegedly going around and stealing everybody's credit card numbers and then sending money to himself. Because why not?
But then using campaign funds or some sort of funds that don't belong to him for OnlyFans?
Yes, that's true. It looks like he started he didn't start an OnlyFans account. He subscribed to some OnlyFans accounts and decided to invest in various other things that he was not supposed to, including some designer handbags even. Not allowed to do that, though. So Santos remains the black sheep and has been kicked out the door. When we come back, our friend Amy Kay from Fox 35 will join us on the show. We'll see what's happening around the country, get all caught up with the news. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing heavy delays on the Greenway northbound at Celebration Main Toll Plaza. Traffic is backed up to I-4. 2 left lanes are blocked. The left lane is blocked on the Greenway heading southbound at CR 46A, exit 52. Expect heavy delays due to an accident. Authorities are clearing up eastbound on Colonial Drive at 9th Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. The holidays are back, and you know what else is back? Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. So take some time for yourself with this cold and creamy treat this year. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Real Radio wants to send you to space. Or at least as far as the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex to experience holidays in space. All you have to do is use the Real Radio Talkback feature on our free iHeartRadio app. Maybe tell us how you plan to escape the holiday stress this season. It doesn't matter what you send, all talkbacks will be entered for the prize. One winner will be randomly drawn each weekday so you can experience holidays in space at the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex. Use the Real Radio Talkback on the iHeartRadio app right now and talk back to space for your chance to win. Head to realradio.fm/contest for another chance to enter.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Cross another achievement off your bucket list with Skydive DeLand, helping people become skydivers for over 40 years. Skydive DeLand is the skydiving capital of the world and where tandem jumping originated. In fact, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman both learned to jump here. Not sure where to get that adventure in your life for the holidays? Get a Skydive DeLand holiday gift certificate at skydivedeland.com. Skydive DeLand, jump, jump, fly, fly, repeat, repeat. Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Happy Free Coffee Tuesday season. Oh, happy Free Coffee Tuesdays to you. 'Tis the season for Wawa Rewards members to get any hot or handcrafted iced coffee for free every Tuesday, just for being you.
Oh, but I didn't get you anything.
Your presence is a present enough.
Really? I love it here.
Merry Free Coffee Tuesday season. Try our new holiday flavors like peppermint barked iced coffee or our hot holiday blend coffee. And sign up today for Wawa Rewards.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hey
creators. It's your chance to be heard. Always dreamed of making your own song? Now you can with just a few swipes on the Hype app, where you can effortlessly create music, share it with friends, and join a community of real musicians. Listen to Johnny's House on XL 1067 for a chance to hear your Hype song air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the Hype app at XL1067.com. That's HYPH. Or follow XL1067 on Insta.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics. It's the
You can always subscribe to the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com, and we'd love for you to subscribe on iHeartRadio. It's just the best way to do it. Plus, they pay the bills around here. Joining us now, I believe, our friend, the amazing, the talented Amy Caulfield from Fox 35.
Hey, guys. Sean, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. How you doing?
Yay!
How's everything
Huge
going?
Thanks to engineer Jorge, who just set this all up for me. He's amazing. Love you, Jorge. Thank you.
You know, you got a whole team over there.
That's
Professionals
very
all
nice.
over the place. Yeah, I mean, we got our engineers, and then some of them are really, really good and talented people. But you know, you got a whole team of folks who are.
These guys are smart.
Yeah, they're getting
They are way
everything going.
better than just telling you to turn it off and then turn it back on again and see what happens.
True. That's what I do most of the time. Anyhow.
And how's the AC in there? Are you getting enough air? Because here at HQ, unless Jorge wants to swing by, I am in dead heat.
Oh no,
right
is
now.
the air conditioning's broke?
It has to be like 85 degrees in this room right now.
Are you serious?
Starting to break a sweat.
Oh my
Merry
gosh,
Christmas,
that's terrible.
everybody.
The whole building, it's out?
No, just Sabrina's
it's
room.
It's nice and cold in this room, right behind her.
You need a little fan or
Celine's
something.
not sweating.
But I do know that at Fox 35 HQ, Amy Caulfield, when the winter season comes around, and I saw you guys talking about this a little bit when we had a couple cold pop days, you guys don't have heat there, right?
No, so
Correct?
in fact, you could. It's crazy. They actually keep the air conditioning on, and a lot of the times the air conditioning pulls from outside the building. So yeah, so we'll be in like Studio B, which is like our second studio that we go to, and if it's 55 degrees outside, it's 55 degrees in the studio.
Oh, that
and we're
sucks.
just, we're just wearing dresses and heels. We're all freezing.
What was, in your memory of glorious broadcasting over the years, what was the most miserable you've been whilst on TV? Like, was it freezing cold and your teeth are chattering and you're trying to get through a segment? Or do you remember a moment that stood out where you were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this?
So, and I'll just tell you, it was a time frame. I was working in Great Falls, Montana. I had just graduated from college. And we would get these massive snowstorms. Well, I lived on a second story apartment, but it was like an old motel style apartment building, you know, where you just like would walk out your door onto a little platform and then go down the stairs to go down to your car.
Yeah.
I didn't have a garage or anything. And so I think we had gotten like a snowstorm. We had like maybe 2.5, 3 feet of snow the night before. So I opened my front door, and even on the second story, there was like a snowdrift in front of my door that was a couple feet high. So I had to like, you know, try to get out of my apartment. And I mean, I was, you know, right out of college. I didn't have any equipment to like uncover my car. So then I was out there with a broom trying to get all the snow off my car. In Montana, they don't bother salting the roads. They just like pack them down and put sand on them because there's no point in salting it because you're just going to get another foot of snow the next day. It was crazy.
Oh, God. I'm glad we don't have snow here. To the folks in Rochester, sorry. I apologize. You know, it's tough, but around here we're not
They get a
getting
ton
that.
of snow in Rochester.
Yeah. You know, I love to watch and I love to like get clips of this very, 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 very small market TV programming. So it would be like, obviously, you're in a large market here with Fox 35. But if you take like, a Macon, Georgia, or like real small TV market, whatever the smaller ones are, it's so fun to watch. There was one clip that I saw where I think somebody had taken off, and the person who was doing the news also had to go over and like toss it to themselves to do the weather. So they left the desk and walked over to the weather thing, and they had to toss it back to themselves and go back over to the news desk. And I was like, "No, that's fun.
gosh.
It's fun in that world."
That was what we called the good old days.
Yeah, right. Oh
The
man,
good old days.
What's happening in your world, and what's grabbing your attention today, Amy?
Well, we've got a couple big stories that we're working on today. One of them is just a heartbreaking story that happened last night in Melbourne in Brevard County. We had a 3-year-old child that was hit and killed by a car.
Damn.
And this family was getting out of a car that had just parked on a street just off of Dairy Road. And the mother said that the 3-year-old apparently walked around the car and walked right out into traffic. So the mother ran out to try to get the 3-year-old. The 3-year-old was killed by the car. The mother was seriously hurt trying to get the 3-year-old before the 3-year-old got hurt.
Yeah.
So just a horrific, tragic story. The parent identified as 31-year-old Cassandra Betcher says that she tried to get the child. Both of them ended up being hit by a 2009 Honda Pilot. The driver did stay on the scene, so that part at least is good. But no drugs, no alcohol, none of that. Is just, one of those cases where can you imagine you're driving along and then all of a sudden a child darts out in front of you. It's just horrific.
That's
all the way
a
around.
nightmare for everybody involved, because that's a mother's worst nightmare. But you also have to feel for the driver, who obviously this wasn't an intentional thing, and now they've got that on their conscience. And
Can you imagine? It's horrific. I always think about, the people who become train conductors, right?
Mhm.
And as a train conductor, that inevitably at some point, someone is either going to intentionally or unintentionally drive in front of you or walk onto the train tracks with the intent of trying to kill themselves. And I think what a horrific thing to know that at some point in your career, it's going to happen perhaps multiple times. It's just got to be awful.
I think I don't know if it was Sealand or Sabrina where it was talking about there was one train that I think in one day hit 2 people.
Yeah, it was just a couple weekends ago, coming from Miami. I think it was the Bright Line, but it was one person who seemed to make a successful attempt at ending their life, and then the other person was like just hours later after all of that, they get back on track. And a car gets stuck on the track and almost kills somebody else. And it's just like, there has to be a way to prevent this. I mean, a couple years ago, we were getting PSAs that were playing on the radio, like, watch out for trains. They're killing people all the time. It's like, is this the extent of how we stop this? Just a commercial?
Yeah, I mean, you would think it would be an easy thing to avoid. I've avoided it my whole life, but for some reason, there's folks who get their cars stuck on the tracks all the time. And next thing you know, the train's coming through, and
it's awful.
It's a lot. What else is going on out there?
Well, you guys, and I know you guys are not big sports people, but this is the big talker of the day.
What are you
throughout the
talking
state of
about?
Florida. And not even really just Florida, really nationwide. People are talking about Florida State getting snubbed by the college football playoff committee. So this is a huge deal. So Florida State, which is part of the ACC conference, is one of the Power 5 conferences, right? There's 5 big conferences in the country. So for the first time ever, this has never happened before, an undefeated team from one of these Power 5 conferences was not given a chance to get into the college football playoff to take a chance on the national title. So instead, 2 teams that had 1 loss were placed in front of Florida State, despite Florida State having an undefeated season. So everybody's talking about this. As you guys probably heard, Jordan Travis, who is the quarterback, was hurt a couple of weeks ago during the North Alabama game. He had suffered a very severe injury, a season-ending injury. And so now, everybody is so just basically saying, so it just takes one player to get injured and then you get eliminated, even though you kept winning games. It's a huge controversy.
Yeah.
People are not happy. And here's the thing, there's no appeals process. There's literally nothing they can do.
Yeah, decision is final, and that's what you get.
You have a child there at Florida State, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Kate's up at Florida State. I actually texted her last night when all of this was coming down, and everybody was all upset about it. And I said, "What's the word on campus?" She goes, "Oh my gosh, everybody is so upset." And you got to feel for these players, right? Because here they have worked so hard all season, undefeated, 13-0. And they don't even get a chance, and they're just saying, well, your quarterback's injured, so we don't think that you would play as well, as these top 4 teams would do. But give them a chance, you know?
FSU is in the Pac-10? Is that?
No. So it's called the Power 5, and they are part of the ACC. So they're part of the ACC. So they had to beat. They actually had a really great season. They beat some really great teams. They beat LSU. They beat Clemson. They beat Virginia Tech. That was the game that we went up to watch. It was great. They had dominant wins in a lot of these games. Some of the games they squeaked by, but a lot of teams that happens too. You just squeak by. Michigan just barely beat Ohio State. They made it into the top 4. So, there's just people are not happy.
So FSU's in the ACC, and there's 5 conferences, guys. Do we know the Big Ten? Is Big Ten one of them? Is that a thing? Or
that's right. Good job, Sean.
ACC, Big Ten. Is Pac-5 a thing, or did I make that up?
No, it's Pac-12.
Oh, Pac-12.
Pac-12, which is that's like kind of like the West Coast one. But you have to remember too, this is where it gets confusing, is that a lot of these teams are breaking out of their conference and joining other conferences, and so that's what's happening with the Sooners. The Oklahoma Sooners have joined the SEC. They are now out of the Big 12 conference. It's very confusing.
You know a lot about football. That's pretty damn impressive.
It's also that we just don't know anything about football.
No, she was saying all kinds of things. I was impressed there. Anything else grabbing
complicated.
Anything else grabbing your attention, Amy?
Okay, so this is a great story. So for all of your Florida listeners, check your lottery tickets. Did you guys see that there is a $44 million ticket that has gone unclaimed since the middle of June?
Oh, man.
This is crazy. It's a quick pick ticket. It was sold at the Sunoco on North Orange Blossom Trail in Kissimmee on June 14th. It is worth $44 million. And if it is not claimed, it will expire next week.
Oh, man.
$44 million.
I'm surprised they didn't move along sooner than that.
Let me tell you something.
Isn't that crazy?
If that was my ticket and I lost it, I'd step right in front of one of those sunrails.
Oh my gosh,
Sean!
No, you need to do.
What's so sad is that somebody probably checked the numbers, and then they were like, "Oh, they thought they had a number off or a couple numbers off or whatever, or they lost it, or it's in a junk drawer somewhere."
Oh,
I don't know. It just makes me sick to my stomach. So anyway, if you bought a ticket at the Sunoco Express gas station, North OBT in Kissimmee on June 14th. You could be the lucky winner of $44 million.
If they know what day and where they bought the ticket, could they narrow it down to the time and maybe look up the security camera?
I think that's actually a good.
Yeah. What if to Sabrina's point? What if they looked up the exact time? That's the ticket. This is the person that got it. The person's like, "Yep, that's me," and they identify them, but they don't have the physical ticket. Too bad. So sad.
Horrible.
Oh.
Wouldn't you rather not know?
Yeah.
Like if that were me, Sean, I'd rather not know.
Rather not know at all. I mean, I think that ticket's in a trash can somewhere. It's in. It's at a landfill.
Sure.
Damn. That is brutal.
But I wouldn't want to know because then I would just be sick the rest of my life.
Of course.
Also, the people that are not checking their numbers very well, I just think I always use the app. I just use the app on every one of my tickets.
Yeah, just scan it.
Okay.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, is that how you do that? You just scan the ticket and it'll tell you if you want anything or not?
Yeah, it uses the camera on your phone, and then you just line up the barcode, and it tells you if you did win money, how much, but if not, nothing.
Yeah, mine's always nothing, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. The lovely and talented Amy Kaufeld. There she is.
Love you.
Make sure you're
Have a
watching
great week.
each and every morning on GDO with Amy and the crew. It's the best way to start your day. And I don't care where you are. This is the news source that you need to add to your rounds. You go to this one, that one every single day. Fox35Orlando.com has the best roundup of news for you. And we thank Amy K and the team. We will see you next week. There
Love
she
you
goes.
guys.
All right, there she goes.
Love you.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? We're only going to see Amy K one more time in 2023.
What? Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. Well,
and then
we're
we
going to
go
make the
party
most of it.
together. Everything, off the record.
Oh, we got to do that for sure. Okay, we'll see you next week, Amy.
Love you guys.
There she goes.
See you soon.
All right, back in just a moment. We have to talk about quite a few things, actually. But one is this woman who also won the lottery, but actually had the ticket. But there's more to this story, and it gets a little bit fishy for me. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The left turn lane is blocked due to an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound at 9th Street. Traveling on State Road 46, expect delays eastbound due to an accident between Lake Mary Boulevard and Avenue C. There's heavy delays due to an accident on the Greenway northbound at Celebration Main Toll Plaza. Traffic is backed up to I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Airport North Emergency. HCA Florida Airport North Emergency on the intersection of Lee Vista and Cimarron Boulevard is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you and has been there for many people. So much so, he has over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com. So very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind, and that's very important considering that chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let That Mortgage Guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com and get a free fast quote review. Hit the compare button and Don will review your quote today. That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. So if you want to see a difference and work with an expert who has your best interest in mind, go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Your childcare fell through, and suddenly you need money for a babysitter. But how? With the Solo Funds app, that's how. Solo is a community where other members loan you the cash you need at terms you select. No credit checks, no title loans, no faceless banks. Get the loan you need from a person who wants to see you succeed. Join the Solo movement. Join us at solofunds.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's music to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text music to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text music to 96551. Text the word music to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. In Trust, Rachel Adams Heard discusses the Osage Nation and its story and changes throughout the years. The Big Take. Host Wes Kosova talks to Bloomberg journalists around the world, experts, and the people at the center of the news to help you understand what's happening. Crash Course. Every week, Crash Course explores the lessons to be learned when creativity and ambition collide with competition and power. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall. Whatever.
This company, our company, iHeartRadio, is making some of the most esoteric podcasts I've ever heard of in my entire life. We have all these podcasts.
I missed it.
There's just every time I hear one, it's like it's about something that I go, okay, I'm sure there's like a little community around that. Maybe I guess you go. Maybe we have too many podcasts out there. Maybe we've reached. I think we've passed peak podcast. There was a time where everybody, including a lot of people who listen to this show, because people who listen to this show like talk radio, obviously. And I might say they like good talk radio. They have very good taste, you might say.
They listen to this show, of course they do.
Right. And everybody was getting like the little kits. And you get a couple of microphones and some headphones. And
then everyone had a podcast.
Everybody had a podcast. And they were out there. And it's fun because it breaks down the barriers. I love that part of it. Damn the man, save the empire. I like that people can make their own stuff.
It gives them the opportunity to try it out. And you don't have to, I don't know, like work for free as an intern. But then I just want to know the formula between getting the at-home kit that you bought on Prime Day and then getting a commercial on a radio station.
There's a direct highway there.
You got to be in with the muckety mucks, I think. The upper echelon of iHeart people.
How do we do that? Huh? What are we not doing enough around here? That's
Excuse
them right
me,
there.
They're calling. They're like, we want to put you. It's the muckety mucks. They're like, hey, sorry we spend so much time on that. I'm going to say this very carefully. Uppity Knitters was that the name of that weird podcast?
It's a celebrity and who I don't know, and her friends talking about their weird hobbies. Okay. All right, there's that.
IHM just told us to STFU, if we wouldn't mind.
that makes sense. That adds up. There's just so many of them. And it's like, I don't like to complain about abundance because if there's an audience for it, there's an audience for it. The other thing is, working in radio, you have to understand, even all of us came through at a time where there was an entryway to this. Now, if you're listening to this show and you like talk radio and you like to get into radio like this yourself, there's really not a lot of on-ramps anymore, right? I mean, it used to be that you did the internship thing. All three of us have been interns at one point in our radio careers. And then there were a bunch of lawyers that didn't like that. And so the lawyers started to go after the media companies, and the media companies said, no more interns. And now, I don't know about you guys, but it seems to me like the path through to radio is harder than it ever was in some ways. because you'd have to just take a job as like a part-time board op, and then you'd have to work that out until you could like convince somebody to trust you to join another show.
Well, I'm sort of curious if this is something that's happening here in our home market more so than others, because if you think about it, like where Sabrina went to school for communications, they have they have a very respected, hard to get into. You got to have a really high GPA to get into that communications program.
Thank you, C-Lane.
And they have their own radio station that nobody has anything to do with at the school. There's not a single student that controls it. So like where you could maybe cut your teeth doing college radio, which a lot of people in other states had that opportunity. You couldn't do that in some of the places here. Rollins has a student-run radio station, but not UCF.
And I got my internship because they came into my pizza shop that I was working at.
Yeah, not even through this. Yeah, that's how it is.
Thousands of dollars I was paying the school.
And I think it's actually harder than it was now. It's harder now than it was then, because there's just not a lot of avenues into radio, which kind of sucks, because you always want to see who's the next to do the cool thing, who's going to come up with the next big idea, who's going to kind of reinvent the wheel a little bit. And nobody, talkbacks are going to do it. Nobody is doing it. Maybe us, we are. I mean, we've been kind of reinventing things. Came up with dispatches a million years ago, and the company said, "That's genius, Sean. Wow, this is really great. Hey, now we'd like to announce talkbacks. Here you go. We've added this to the iHeartRadio app for all the radio stations out there." Okay, all right, fine.
Got a great prize coming up, too, because of the talkbacks. So
What prize?
You can go to space, talkback to space.
Yeah. I mean, look, for us, it's interesting to watch, and podcasts may be the only backbench that we have. I would like to see some people out there doing more of that, but there's some that are so specific that I go, what could the possible total audience be? What could the possible total audience of people who would like to listen to this be? People want the...
Thanks for joining the Refilling Your Own Refrigerant podcast.
Now we're talking.
This week on the show, it's just so specific, some of these.
This week, Trevor brings in his 2005 Toyota Highlander, and we refill his refrigerant.
Car talk is gone, and that has replaced it, I guess. All right, before I get to this tweet that grabbed my attention, I want to tell you about a woman who won millions of dollars on a Massachusetts scratch-off, and it just looks a little bit fishy to me. Maybe she's just the luckiest person on planet Earth. A Massachusetts woman won big for a second time.
Of course.
On a lottery ticket. This time her prize was even bigger. Desiree Fortini Kraft of Hyde Park won a scratch-off game's third grand prize of $25 million on a scratch off. That is not even her first. And this woman knows what she's doing. All right. And the reason I say that is because of the way that she handled her win. Some people would go on social media and post, "Oh my God, I just won the lottery. Hell yeah." And some people would be smart like this woman. And here's what she did. Okay. Fortini Kraft won the Massachusetts State Lottery $1 billion extravaganza, a $50 instant win game, so $50 per ticket. When she saw she won the grand prize, she hid her ticket and went on vacation, according to the lottery. She said that she had scratched her winning ticket a few weeks ago and stored it in a secure place before going on a trip to Aruba and claiming her prize when she returned.
Aruba.
This is the second time Fortini Kraft has won a top prize on an instant ticket. In 2006, she won $1 million on another ticket.
Okay, that sounds great. Juicy headline. How many times has she played scratch off between 2006 and 2023?
She must be playing every day.
What if it's like become an obsession? And thank God she won the second round because she was very much in debt.
But could have been.
It's fantasy world.
Or she's just lucky, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. I know that. She said she plans to make some big family purchases and pay off her 3 daughters' student loans. She said they really want to enjoy life. They're hard workers. They plan on having a really good Christmas in Aruba. And this is something that people in the Midwest know very closely. In the Midwest, here's the move. It's very different from what we would do. In the Midwest, once you get a couple of months into winter, haven't seen the sun forever. It's miserably cold every day. When it's not snowing, it's about to snow, and the snow is piling up on the ground, melting, and this and that. Everybody from the Midwest takes a break right around now or in January, and they haul ass to Aruba. And they escape to Aruba so they could see the sun and be in better weather for a little while and get the hell out of there. And that's what this woman is. She's like, won the lottery, 25 mil on a scratch off. Let's get the family over to Aruba, have a nice Christmas. Then we're going to do whatever we want. That's what we're going to do moving forward. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to play a couple of dispatches. I'll hold that tweet that has grabbed my attention that I think is going to spark an interesting conversation. But first, here goes this. Here's VW Shane with a dispatch.
Have you guys talked about the Lady Ballers movie yet? The one that the Daily Wire is doing?
Oh, I saw that.
My personal take is it looks bad. And not bad in the sense that they're making fun of transgender people, and I'm offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily care who you make fun of.
Just for the record, for the people who don't know, the Daily Wire is Ben Shapiro's publication or website or whatever. And they started making movies as of late. And Lady Ballers is the idea that these guys, I guess, decide to all pretend to be women so that they could play against the women's team, and then they're going to beat the women's team, and then, you know, there's your movie premise. That's what he's talking
the
about.
Man. Without
I guess
Amanda
so.
Bynes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it feels like this has been done many a times. Like, wasn't there one with Johnny Knoxville, Ringer or something?
That was for Special Olympics.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like similar plot. Like you're pretending to be something to get an advantage competitively. All right, back to VW Shane.
Movie, it's a comedy or whatever, but it just seems like if we're supposed to, you know, compare this to, say, like a Scary Movie or some of these other, like, making fun of social norms comedies and that sort of thing, this just seems really poorly written. And, like, all the jokes are low-hanging fruit.
Right.
And I don't know, not offended by it, which I think is the reason that I don't like it, is that they tried too hard to be offensive rather than to write a comedy where, I don't know.
It has to be funny.
It just seems like it's going to suck. But I'm curious what y'all think. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
I'm with you. I like comedy that some people think is offensive. I like edgy comedy. I think it's some of the funniest comedy out there. I don't take things like that very seriously. I enjoy that kind of humor. But for something to work, it has to be funny over everything else. You can't just go, oh, it's super hilarious to have a plot where guys pretend to be women and then they beat the women at the basketball game. Ha. Like, it has to actually be funny. That goes back to the criticism of Matt Rife. I wasn't upset, and I think a lot of people weren't upset by the fact that he did a joke about domestic violence. It's that the joke was essentially, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Nothing, you already told her twice. Like, it's the cheapest, low-hanging fruit, cheesy-ass dad joke. The criticism from me, at least, is of how bad the joke is. Not that I'm offended by the joke, because it's very hard for me to be offended about a joke like that. This looks cheesy to me, and I don't think I have any interest in watching it just based on that. I don't care about, like, conservative voices popping in with cameos. Like, oh, my God, there's Steven Crowder or, I don't know, whoever they have featured in this stupid thing.
Mike Lindell.
Who's that?
He's the one
Mike
that's
Lindell.
JFK Jr.
Yeah. I think he said Mac Lindell. Mike Lindell, he's not associated with the Daily Wire guys, but maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Keep your eyes peeled if you want to watch that. If not, well, let's see what else is going on out there. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Well, what's coming up on the next episode? Taylor Swift is in her earn millions from Spotify era, while Weird Al is in his earn enough to buy a sandwich era. You can cash her outside, but how about this? Bad Baby is cashing something inside her body. Plus, Kiss leaves their fleshy form and ascends to their eternal digital form. I'll explain what that means and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today are going to be in the low 80s. It's going to be warm and muggy out there. Chance for a passing sprinkle or two, but all in all, mostly cloudy skies are expected. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, you can expect the 50s, and we continue to cool down through the middle of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get up to 40% off vanities. Visit Lowe's in-store or online for more deals. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 11/30 through 12/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
If you're into sports, you have to check out Primrose Lanes for game days. Amazing food, great drinks, and even better viewing options. Eat, drink, and watch in style. Visit us at primroselanes.com.
Save time and money with the PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $22.60. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License numbers C10252 and C10803.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
Unleash your creativity with the brand new Hype app. That's HYPH. Hype empowers you to create music effortlessly. Sharing your songs with friends on social media. Create your song with a few swipes. You'll never believe how easy and fun it is to make music. Listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com or go to Instagram at XL1067.
Most Valuable Promotions presents Jake Paul versus Andre August. International superstar Jake Paul returns to the boxing ring at Caribe Royale on Friday, December 15th. The world will be watching as Jake Paul continues his path to becoming a world champion and takes on 10-1 pro boxer Andre August, who has 5 KOs. The night also features Shadeja Green, who will take on Franchon Cruz Dezern for a WBC world title. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world, famous for their police-escorted motorcades that whisk them in and out of their live shows. Now, iHeartRadio gives you a chance to be part of the entourage on the Stones' upcoming tour. You and 3 friends travel via motorcade to the VIP entrance, check out Soundcheck, and See the Rolling Stones live from some of the best seats in the house. Another iHeartRadio once-in-a-lifetime experience. Enter to win by listening to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And real quick, check this out. I kind of want one of these a little bit. They just announced they are releasing the Tesla Cybertruck for kids. And
wait. You hate the Tesla Cybertruck.
I know, but I
for
want
adults.
This thing. I want this thing.
But you know
I'm
what?
telling you.
It would look cooler for kids. That makes sense to see it in a smaller version with a tiny kid driving it around, not in real life.
It's on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's $1,500 for this Tesla Cybertruck for kids.
Is it also electric? All
It
of them
is,
are.
yeah. It's electric. It goes 10 miles an hour.
Boogie.
So you can cruise along a little bit. It's got a high speed and a low speed switch, up to 12 miles of range. So technically, you could probably ride this to the radio station, Sabrina, just cruising along in your little...
I would just have to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning?
It's going to take you a little while to get there. It's going to be a journey, but check that out over on thenewsjunkie.com at the See It Now section. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm going to make a tiny sandwich.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. But if you're refinancing, you're buying your first dream home, doing some debt consolidation, work with an expert and a trusted friend, someone who many people have trusted, and start the process today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with
That Mortgage Guy Don. It was 67 years ago, 1956, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and this guy right here.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
That is correct. They recorded music together on this day in 1956 at Sun Studio in Memphis. And Sun Studio, as you remember, was...
that's the one we talked about the other day,
That's right.
As the
Street.
Beatles?
It was one of the questions there, yeah. And the recordings, they were released, 25 years later.
Who was the other guy? I recognize every name except
Carl
for that one.
Perkins.
Who is that?
It was one of the dudes.
I don't know Carl Perkins at all.
Okay, that reminds
Carl
me.
Perkins probably would have been a lot more notable if they didn't wait 25 years to release the song.
Yeah, that's true.
How's your dog, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet Carl. Carl's good. He had his first solid poop on Sunday.
Yeah.
He's still on medication for the whole week, but, I got to thank my vet. He came through, and I'm just glad that he's all right.
Good for him. I care more
that's
about
good.
him than Carl Perkins.
Yeah. Let's see if Carl Perkins is even on the system, and that's a no. So,
Is he even alive? Carl Perkins? Let me see.
Yeah.
Carl Perkins, American guitarist, singer-songwriter. He is dead.
Oh, so he's not taking solid poops either.
Not at all. He's just sitting in his own poop. 25 years later, they released all the recordings of Elvis, Johnny, Carl, and Jerry Lee under the $1 Million Quartet that I earned them, I believe, a lot less than $1 million. That is the opposite for this gal right here. Beyonce is correct.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nailed it.
As we heard earlier, Beyonce's Renaissance movie, #1 in the U.S. this weekend. The film grossed $22 million in the box office, outperforming The Hunger Games, which in its third week got $14.5 million, and Godzilla -1, $11 million. And that's minus one person who had any idea that there was a new Godzilla out. That's me. It wasn't until you said it earlier today in the show, Sean. I was like, they came out with, What is this coming from? Is this a sequel to the
It's
last
getting good
Godzilla?
reviews, and I think it's, I don't know, it's just popped out of nowhere. I saw a bunch of stories about it this weekend, so it looks like it's doing well.
They say it makes a strong debut for what's historically a slow post-Thanksgiving week at the movies. The box office totals came in 76% over the same weekend last year, so that's very telling. The biggest first weekend box office for the first weekend in December is Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai, with $24.3 million. So did not beat Tommy Cruise.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of stuff has fallen flat. Nobody's really hammering him that much for it, but I don't think this Hunger Games movie is doing nearly as well as the last ones did.
Is Jennifer in it? Do we know that?
I don't know if she is. It's a prequel, though. It's a prequel
so probably not.
to the Hunger Games world. And what happened was the woman, forgive me, I don't know her name, but the woman who wrote the Hunger Games during the pandemic, she just dropped the prequel. And because everything people were talking about, it didn't get a lot of attention. And so there's not as much buzz for this one. So everything's like falling flat, man.
But the Hunger Games are doing well. They're still trending. Like, if a lot of people are rewatching that at least. And
yeah,
the same goes for me. I definitely just rewatched all of them.
I think it's not performing as well as the first three. Is there 3 of them? 4? Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
This one's doing a little bit softer. So they announced over the weekend that they're doing another Thanksgiving. So that Thanksgiving movie must have done good.
From prequel to sequel is what they call babies. And guess who's having one?
Oh, Danielle Bergoli.
That is correct. Bad Baby's having a bad baby of her own. She has just announced the pregnancy. It was over the weekend. She posted not 1 but 2 pictures of herself with a bun in that oven. Like, she is well far along and will be welcoming a baby within the next couple months, if not sooner. 20 years old, and she does have what they say is, and I quote, a steady boyfriend, who's apparently the dad.
Does this help or hurt the OnlyFans revenue?
I think it'll be just fine. There's some weirdos
probably about
there.
the same.
And isn't she just chatting with everybody anyways?
Yeah, she's just making money like crazy. There's no shortage of cash coming in for her somehow.
This is her first baby. We all know that Nick Cannon has 12 babies, and now he has just come out with the information of how much he spends when taking these babies to the most magical place in the world.
Disney!
Oh, boy! And that's exactly what his accountant is saying. Because at one point, when he had his twins with Mariah Carey, he was working for Disney at the time. So I'm sure he got the hookup. But now he has to pay like the rest of us. And he claims he spends, just by taking the kids to Disneyland, how much money a year?
A year?
A year.
Man.
12 kids, Disneyland trip. It doesn't say, let's say, every birthday and every Christmas. He's literally at Disneyland once a month.
Holy
so
cow.
in total, how much has he spent?
He should have annual passes if he's going every month. But
That'd be the best move.
I don't know that he's doing that. So I'm going to say...
Carry the 4.
40... $20,000.
$20,000. All right, that's a guess. Christopher Lane.
$50,000.
That is also a guess. He says he spends around $200,000 a year on just taking the kiddos to Disney. Well, that's 12. That's 12 kids, dude.
Yeah, but
multiple times a year.
So if you divide
and also BS
200,000 by 12,
that he doesn't get a hookup.
Yeah, of course he's getting a hookup. I mean, and any celebrity like that, you can't even just walk in because it could cause a stir. Excuse me. Not a store.
It causes just a store. Just appears out of nowhere.
Enough employees to start a store.
Yeah,
hey,
enough
welcome to
kids.
our store. Can we help you find something you like?
Okay, that means if he's going once a month, he's spending $16,666 for every visit. That seems like too much.
I mean, how many is it for 2 people to go? 2 adults.
It's pretty expensive. And the other insane thing is how much the hotel rooms are. If you're getting like fancy pants hotel room, there's hotel rooms that are like $2,000-$3,000 a night.
And there's also hotels that will give him a free room for all of his family if he just takes a selfie there.
I don't know how that
that's
makes
how
any
celebrity
sense.
stuff works.
Yeah.
This guy almost could not take any selfies ever again. Supernatural star Mark Shepard. Now, I'm familiar with the show. Not necessarily familiar with Mark Shepard. If maybe you want to pull him up, we all could see his face.
Shep Dog?
A big M. Shep. We almost saw him in the grave because He was knocking on death's door. According to reports, he suffered not 1, not 2, but 6 heart attacks.
Woo! That's a lot of heart attacks.
And EMTs brought his ass back to life. He said he was in his kitchen Friday when he collapsed. Why wasn't your wife there, man? Rife. That's when he suffered a series of what he says were massive heart attacks back to back. EMTs had to bring him back to life 4 separate times, and that was a bit touch and go. According to Mark, he had a 100% blockage in his left anterior descending artery, also known as the LAD. It's also called a widowmaker, and that's because it kills people most of the time. He credits his wife and the team at St. Joseph's Hospital with his survival, saying without them, he wouldn't be writing this. My chances of survival were virtually nil.
Yeah, it doesn't look familiar to me. I see him here in the hospital bed photo that he's posted online, and some of the other photos of him acting. I don't recognize him, I don't think. But I didn't watch that show.
Yeah, neither did I. No, like, isn't a spinoff of something else?
I don't know. I've heard of
Related?
it, obviously. Like, it's one of those shows that I've heard of, but I just never tuned into.
Oh, listen to this. Check with your doctor and make sure that your heart's all up to date. 100% blockage. Is that avoidable? This might be a question for
Yeah, you
other
could go get
people
one
that
of those
listen to the show,
scans. You get those heart scans and tell you what it's looking like there. I think I'm going to get one of those next year.
Or just get yourself a hologram, Sean, because that's exactly what this band is doing.
Kiss
Is right, and they're gonna rock and roll forever. Because on Saturday night over the weekend at Madison Square Garden, they finished up the end of the road farewell tour. But then after the show, they unveiled the new version of the band, which is the virtual version.
Oh,
So they're never gonna die.
Cool.
Video played of their avatars performing God Gave Rock and Roll to You, with Paul telling the crowd, your love, your power has made us immortal. The new Kiss era starts now.
The only band I'll allow to get away with this is the Gorillaz. It's the only band.
And ABBA, because I do want to see them, and one of them is dead.
And
so.
ABBA, because ABBA seemed to be kind of first-ish on this, so I'll give them that.
So this digital Kiss was created by George Lucas's special effects company. This is the same group that did the virtual ABBA show, so hopefully it goes well. The real Gene Simmons says that we can forever be young and forever iconic by taking us to places we've never dreamed of before, and we better be paying a lot less because we're not seeing the real Kiss, but we shall see. And speaking of paying, they have now done the math because everyone's been asking for it. You could sleep easy tonight, Sean. We got the numbers.
All right.
For this movie.
Home Alone.
Remember in Home Alone when Kevin McAllister goes grocery shopping by himself?
Yes. Just watched that scene last night.
How much did he end up owing for points? We have a big prize coming up in the next 10 shows.
He had a coupon.
He did.
Does that factor in?
He after presenting the $1 off coupon for orange juice, that was $19.90. But what was the total? When did he end up owing this grocery store?
I can't remember.
Just give it a guess.
Okay. $15.
$7?
$7 also incorrect. He ends up owing $19.83 after that $1 off coupon. Well, someone on TikTok calculated how much Kevin would need if he went shopping in 2023, and it's a lot more than $20. His shopping list included frozen TV dinner, loaf of Wonder Bread, mac and cheese, saran wrap, gallon of milk, Tide laundry detergent, dryer sheets. The list goes on. And in 2023, poor little Kevin would have to have paid $63.73. That's how much inflation has tacked on. Then you have to factor in, he's looking around $68, and then you get still that $1 off the OJ. So save your money, kids, especially
Did you see him this weekend?
Oh, with his star.
We got the Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Cute. I didn't realize his voice was still so high after all these years.
I didn't realize. I had no idea he was with Brenda's song.
Yeah,
I didn't know
from
that Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Yeah, Dylan watched that when he was a kid. That's how I know, just for new listeners to the show.
And then you're like, Dylan, stay up. We still got to finish the rest of the season.
I really like him. You know,
Oh, he's great.
Of all the young actors, it's so easy to just destroy your life and just turn into a mess.
And he had a moment there, right? Did he not?
Yeah, he had some drug problems, I think, and now he's just. And I remember Mila Kunis, when she was with him, she said it was very difficult to be with him because he's another level of famous. She was like, when you walk around with him, it's not like me where 1 out of every 10 people will recognize me. She's like, everybody in the world knows who he is.
He also looks exactly the same. Like, you think about the Sixth Sense kid, and he looks a lot different than when the Sixth Sense came out.
Yeah, things have changed for that kid.
What's not changing is the boob tube. We got football, baby.
Yeah.
The Jags and the Bengals. We also have The Voice on NBC. The Price is Right at night on CBS. 1 hour Barmageddon special on NBC. And you can catch Dua Lipa and Brad Paisley on Fallon. Follow your dreams at me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to this tweet that has captured my attention, and I think we need to hash something out here. All right, this is kind of related to what Sabrina was just talking about with the Home Alone checkout price. So stay with us for that. Plus, there is a person who was a hero. So, of course, his employer fired him because that's what we do in 2023. What are the details? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's a Real Radio sports special this Sunday when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, expect delays eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Delays eastbound and westbound through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound at 9th Street. The left turn lane is blocked. Expect delays due to an accident on Alafaya Trail eastbound at Markham Woods Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
The holiday season is off and rolling with football in full stride and basketball and hockey hitting mid-season form. Bet Online has info available with both desktop and mobile access at any time for almost any sport that is played, including MMA to international soccer. Bet Online, where the game starts.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and one unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Zumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Explore the heart of Lake Mary at Park Jewelers, your family-owned destination for fine jewelry. Park Jewelers delivers unparalleled customer service and an exceptional selection of fine jewelry and gemstones. Let us assist you in finding the perfect engagement ring or choose from our gorgeous selection of diamond and gemstone jewelry for any occasion. With on-site jewelers for repairs and custom designs, we're here for you every step of the way. Visit myparkjewelers.com and become a part of our valued family today.
Ready to change your phone service? You gotta check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-priced service and a brand new iPhone every year, And most importantly, listen to this. You get the benefit of Boost Infinite's new technology that selects between its own network and the other two major networks. So you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one else can do that except Boost. So head to boostinfinite.com today. That's boostinfinite.com. You owe it to yourself to learn what the folks at Boost have to offer. Again, that's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless is the only carrier built for the next 50 years, not the last. So one more time, right now, go check out boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Why settle for one network when you can have three? See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, and gift cards are here for everyone on your list. You'll find gift cards for the Wawa fans in your life, and for the fans of other brands like Amazon or Roblox. Grab one for your boss or your best friend and make anyone's season bright in one Wawa run. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop. See store for details.
'Tis the season to find incredible deals on a wide selection of auto parts, tires, and accessories. With Amazon Automotive, you can skip the store and the crowds and shop online. Find the parts and accessories you need to outfit your vehicle for winter or the perfect gift for the car lover in your life. At Amazon Automotive, you'll find everything from tires and OEM parts to car care, interior accessories, motor oil, and more. Shop top brands today at Amazon.com/automotive.
Happy Free Coffee Tuesday season.
Oh, happy Free Coffee Tuesdays to you.
'Tis the season for Wawa Rewards members to get any hot or handcrafted iced coffee for free every Tuesday, just for being you.
Oh, but I didn't get you anything.
Your presence is a present enough.
Really? I love it here.
Merry Free Coffee Tuesday season. Try our new holiday flavors like peppermint barked iced coffee or our hot holiday blend coffee. And sign up today for Wawa Rewards.
The wonders of the sea meet the joy of the holidays at SeaWorld's Christmas celebration. From underwater discoveries to enchanting shows on ice and Sesame Street land to a winter wonderland filled with magic and millions of sparkling lights. It's a holiday celebration like no other. Only at SeaWorld Orlando. Select dates now through January 2nd. Save up to 40% on tickets and annual passes during our holiday sale. Hurry, offer ends December 24th. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow.
Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
Making it to Wednesday is a win in itself. And to celebrate, Dunkin' Rewards members get a free donut with drink purchase every Wednesday, now through December. Limit one classic donut per member per Wednesday. Terms and exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Offer ends 12/27/2023.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
back today. Unbelievable. What a grand offense this is. It's been down for like 2 hours already.
Everything is falling apart.
Probably grade A content flying through that chat right now. We can't even see it. We can't grab onto it. All we have to fall back on is a texting service, and God knows that's a hellscape right there.
There are some people that are very, very adamant about using that texting service and get very excited despite what they say when we respond.
Do Me Sometime guy's been pretty active today, so
good,
that's fun.
And there's that one person who just calls the station still, and no one picks up.
I got a new emailer that is jumped on board.
Read one of her emails.
Come on.
Am I making the problem worse?
Yes, but it's entertaining for everyone.
Okay, let me see. I'm getting about, I'm not going to say this person's name, but I'm getting about 2 emails from them a day. And the emails, I don't even know what to do with them. Here's one, all right? I'm going to say from anonymous schizo emailer. This says, ask why we treat at some of the world as the American breadbasket bath beyond breakfast.
Oh.
That's the subject line.
Any sort of punctuation involved in that?
No, nothing. Well, there were some commas. I have to give her that. But there was, that's the subject line of the email. The email says, it's not in my capabilities right now to channel post, so I choose Tips News Junkies. They are vocalizing similar to my wanting, but can't be allowed for whatever reason Google complicated. I might never know. They'll appreciate your show very much and on, so here I send another yet all the way, besides Facebook's and Twitter's X now.
All right.
It's the opening paragraph if you're interested. And the last paragraph, because there's about 12 of them. There's any who could use this taking into places. I cannot yet open my email-generated channel between you 3 and Monday and Amy Cog. News stations can leak in. Listening, heard while thought forwarding. Thank you for. I know it will be a green for go and not much, but a piece will not overdo.
All right. Well, that makes sense to me.
If anybody feels like they're having a stroke right now, this is just an actual email from a listener.
Someone's like, is Sean okay?
That is one of, I've been getting average about 2 a day from this person. And there's lots more people like that, both on Facebook and a lot on the email side of things. And C-Lane was talking about the Do Me Sometime guy, who we actually talked to once. And
we did.
He's a weird dude. We
decided to talk to him after he sent us every single image of his how to make a necklace out of your toenails.
Yep. Yeah. He has a jar full of toenails, and he sends us a message every day, and it's like, why don't you come over here and do me sometime? And it gets more complex from there, but they're based around that, generally speaking. Now, do the both of you actively watch the texting service?
C-Lane's better at it than I am.
It's open.
All right. I never even glance at it. I don't even know how to get there, honestly. Back
before Sabrina and I, it was your only friend.
Oh, I know. In the early mornings, I used to do the show.
77031, people are talking to me, chiming in. They like when I hit the meow cat button.
Just rolling down that hill. Sliding. Peisenberg has just texted in to 77031. Sean can eat my entire D.
Okay, all right.
So they are utilizing the
present
texting
it,
service.
Peisenberg. Yeah. Present it, please. All right, here's what I was talking about before the break. I said this has gotten my attention because I think while and I have to lay this groundwork first because you're going to think I'm stupid if I don't. I think while I absolutely, totally believe that inflation is nutso right now and that things are way too expensive and our economy is still in shambles, we have like a new group of grifters who are trying to exaggerate this even more. And they're trying to say, like, well, this is helpless. Like, here's a for instance. Over the weekend, I saw a tweet go viral with the price of a Big Mac.
Facebook,
right? It's
Instagram,
everywhere.
Twitter, y'all see this?
And I think the Big Mac was $16. And I said, I know that's not true. I know that's not true. Without even looking, I know that's not true. Is everything at McDonald's more expensive? Yes. Should you think about if it's worth it? Maybe you should make some other choices to put pressure on McDonald's to bring the prices back since they have record profits coming in? Maybe. Make that decision for yourself. But the Big Mac isn't $16. I knew they were lying. This was in one neighborhood in San Francisco, and they were like adding other items on and not showing that was increasing the price. And when I looked, a Big Mac's like $4.99, $5, somewhere around there. Still way more expensive than it used to be, right? But this new group of grifters is exaggerating how bad things are. So here's the person whose tweet has gotten a lot of attention. They say, we're in a restaurant bubble to now the point where going out to eat doesn't even make sense anymore. Just last week, he says, Panera, family of 6, 4 young kids, 6 entrees and 6 drinks was $73. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind, that's not that crazy. You have a big-ass family, dude. Yeah, if you have 6 people with 4 young kids, everybody's going to eat, everybody's going to drink, and things are going to cost a lot of money when you're filling a table full of 6 people. That's just how much it costs to feed a family no matter what's going on out there. Local grill, 6 entrees, 2 waters, and 4 kids' drinks, $78. They also charged me a surprise 3% fee for using a credit card.
For a family of 6.
For a family of 6, he says. $78 for a family of 6 doesn't even sound that crazy to me.
No.
Effing IHOP, he says. 2 breakfast sandwiches, 4 plates of kids' pancakes, 4 chocolate milks, $60. LOL, doesn't a pancake cost like 10 cents to make, he says.
Right, but we're not talking about what it costs to make. Welcome to going to eat at a restaurant. They charge you more.
It's not just that either. When he says, doesn't a pancake cost 10 cents to make, he's talking about the ingredients. Labor is a thing. You have to have people who are making that pancake as well. And it's $60 to feed a family of 6 is not insane. That's
$10 a person?
Yeah, $10 a person to sit down, have somebody serve you, right? Somebody's bringing you a meal. I know that IHOP is cheap because Courtney and I have been there a bunch of times. When you sit down at the International House of Pancakes, they treat you right. And when you get the like all-American breakfast or any of those things, you go there, you sit down. One time we didn't get, I got water and she had a coffee. And the bill came back and it was so cheap, I thought something was wrong at IHOP.
Oh, they consider that you don't use maple syrup like a psychopath.
No, they don't give me discounts for the dry pancakes, unfortunately. I wish they did, but
this guy
I don't get
says
those.
We used to eat out 5 to 10 times per week.
What?
I don't know about you guys.
Now he's complaining?
But growing up, eating out 5 to 10 times in a week, that sounds like...
That never happened.
We ate maybe 1 meal out a week. If we were lucky,
And
I
that's
think.
out. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're talking about ordering something, which back in our day, it was pizza. You would just order pizza. Now you have your Uber Eats and all that jazz.
They got everything.
But you did not take your family out 5 to 10 times a week?
No,
way.
that's
I
insane.
mean, and I was an only child for all intents and purposes. You're talking about 4 young kids and you take them out 5 to 10 times per week. That was unheard of for me. Like maybe 3 times a week. You know, if I and a lot of times if I was eating, if we were going out to eat, it was because of like convenience. Like we would swing by and have McDonald's before my karate practice, or my dad and I would go have chicken wings before Cub Scout meeting, stuff like that.
Talking, we're mixing 2 things, but they actually make sense in the same world. So one is going to an actual restaurant and sitting down and eating. The other is grabbing fast food through like the drive-through or something very quickly to get something. Like
in this guy's tweet, he's including Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, because he says Chick-fil-A is $55+ for each trip with my family of 6 people.
And effing IHOP, according to him.
Yeah. We used to eat out 5 to 10 times per week. Now it's just not worth it. As credit card bills mount in America, I expect many restaurants at these prices will get deserted. Pun intended, he said. Already happening in small biz retail starting last year. Restaurants are next. And while things are definitely more expensive at restaurants, most notably in the fast food world, but elsewhere too, I think this is a huge exaggeration. And it's hitting him heavier because he's an anomaly. The anomaly is the person that goes out 10 times per week. 10 times per week. That's 2 times per day. That's only 1 meal that you're having at home each day with your 6-person family. So if each trip to the restaurant is maybe 10% more than it was 5-6 years ago, it's compiling on top of each other because he's going out so much. And he's like, wow, this is really out of control here. Yes, things are more expensive, but yes, grifters online are starting to try to make viral content out of this. If things are more expensive, we need prices to go down. Will they? I don't know. It's going to take a long time. We're seeing some stuff happen with the housing market right now. The housing market is really cooling off. I've seen a lot of places where they took down for sale and put up for rent. I've seen all that stuff is happening very quickly, and it's going to spread across the entire economy because things were too hot. Everybody had all that fat COVID money. You had all that money you got from the government, and everybody was piling that up in their banks and just spend crazy. And the economy got on such fire that it had to break for a little while. So they raised the interest rates as high as they possibly can without even breaking things worse. And now the economy cools off, and hopefully they can start cutting the interest rates so we can get things back in check. But some of this is just an over-exaggeration, I think. All right. I mean, you know what? The better example is what Sabrina said with Home Alone. If you see that Kevin spent $20 on these items, these food items that he had, and now the equivalent of that would be 3 times more, you can see that since 1990, generally speaking, things have tripled, right? Sure. So that's a better example than going, I went to IHOP with a family of 6 and it was $55.
Yeah, but he listed all those things because he's hoping one of those places responds and gives him hey, so sorry, this is nuts. Let's treat you and your family. Now this is going viral because we want all the other people to still go.
Yeah, we don't want you to be ran out of house and home here. So here's your IHOP for Life family card. Enjoy yourself, sir. We want to
sign up for that.
I'll take it too.
Give me some IHOP for life.
Let's see what we got with your dispatches. Arturito says he's relaxing at the spa. That sounds nice. What the hell?
Hello, guys, and greetings from Cartagena, Colombia.
Wow. This guy.
I am listening to the show, but to be honest, I'm not paying attention at all because I am so relaxed at the spa. And I just wanted to brag about it. So,
I hate you.
That's all it is. This dispatch is not bringing anything to the conversation. Just me bragging.
Just showing off.
Miss you all. A little bit. Love you.
All right. Good for you, man. I'm jealous. I'm counting down the days over here. After this,
what did you decide?
9 shows. 9 shows after this.
What's your getaway?
No, we're going to New Orleans again this year.
Nice.
We're going to go at the beginning of next year. I think we're going to go to Mexico City like we were planning. And I'm going to try to do some more vacations next year since I didn't do any this year. We haven't gone anywhere. And it's the end of the damn year. And what sucks is this... I know I'm going to sound like I'm crying and I'm a fortunate person.
Just
but,
make sure you tweet about it.
The thing that happens is you work through the entirety of the year, if you're me, and all of it is trying to get to the finish line because for the holiday break, we get 2 weeks. That's all. That's a whole thing. It's hauling ass to the finish line. Put your head down, do the next show, do the next show, do the next show, and get all the way to the finish line. And then you get those 2 weeks off. The beautiful thing is those 2 weeks. And enjoying them and being able to strategize about what happens with the show next year, what can we improve on, what can we do better, what can we change, et cetera, et cetera. The bad thing is when we come back on January 2nd or whenever we come back, you're just staring all the way down that year till all the way.
That's when you start planning, a vacation, Sean.
I didn't take any because we got to figure some stuff out.
Got to do something in Q1.
Now, I'm going to, I think. We got to work it around just okay. But we also need to figure out what the hell we're doing when I'm not here. I had ideas. I proposed ideas. C-Lane did not like my idea of
we used to do it just me and you doing the show, C-Lane. What, you don't like it no more?
No.
I don't remember what your idea was.
I was saying that when I'm out, we could do something where, in the first segment of every hour, you guys did something live.
Oh, yeah, no, I hate that idea. It was,
and then you did best of segments for the other 2 segments in the hour.
We just need to access to your house when you're on vacation, and we'll take care of everything else.
You guys should still be able to do it, but I don't know. We just haven't had anything perfect in place for that, and I would like that for 2024. Because I want to go places. I want to
go.
I would like to do some things and explore the world. And let's see here. Username has a dispatch for us. It says $1 million hash brown.
Sean, I paid $3 for a hash brown at McDonald's this morning. $3. Ridiculous.
You know what the big scam is? Am I wrong on this? Tell me if I'm wrong on this. I remember a time. Didn't you used to get 2 hash browns when you got the McDonald's hash brown thing?
That was if you supersized your meal.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I do remember a time
you
where
still get burritos, 2 burritos.
Do you? Or
Yeah.
you have to buy them individually now?
No,
you get the 2 burritos together.
If you get the meal, you get 2 burritos.
Yeah, those things are small,
That's
though.
my go-to hungover breakfast.
It is a very, very good hungover breakfast.
Go to not hungover breakfast. That is delicious.
Those are good. I could eat like 100 of those. Here's Big Bird talking about I'm a fan. Okay.
That is such a long-running show that people started it, dropped it, came back on again.
Supernatural or super whatever?
And anyway, that character's name is Crowley. He's like, at one time, he was the Satan character, and he's a high-ranking demon.
He's talking about the guy who had 6 heart attacks from that show that we just hadn't watched much of. Ball Death Dealers talking about Godzilla -1.
Hey, News Junkie.
Hey.
So, Godzilla -1 is coming from Toho Company, which was the original production company for the first film from the 1950s. It's supposed to be a retelling or a reimagining of the original film where Godzilla is this fearsome engine of destruction. And it was really well done. I absolutely enjoyed it. If you enjoy Godzilla movies and Japanese cinema in general, and I will make the comment that for a Japanese movie, the pacing was really well done. Sometimes Japanese movies can be kind of slow, but yeah, check it out. Anyways, later.
Let me tell you something. In Japan, they love them some Godzilla. Japanese people love Godzilla more than any other character out there. In Tokyo, they got like a Godzilla hotel. They have all these like just places where you can go and watch just Godzilla movies. It's huge, only to be outdone by, and so many people are unaware of this. If you look at the biggest IPs, the IPs that bring in the biggest money, and when I talk about IP, I mean something like Jurassic Park is an IP, and everything that flows from that, all the movies, all comic books, all the merch, all the stuff that's related to it, or Pokemon is an IP. And a bunch of them are things that most Americans don't know about. It's like manga in Japan that is super popular and just prints money. The culture is very, very different over there, and they're super into Godzilla and many other things. Okay, when we come back, we have so much to get to, including your dispatches, plus the person who was fired by his job for being a hero, because that's what we do. We fire heroes. Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you'd like to sponsor our radio station for $8 a month, we would like our blue check mark back. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution throughout the area. We have a couple accidents causing commotion. On Kirkman Road northbound at Old Winter Garden Road, the right lane is blocked. State Road 408 eastbound at Chickasaw Trail, 2 right lanes are blocked. On State Road 46 eastbound, expect delays near Mullet Lake Park Road due to an accident. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC's $5 Famous Bowl. Gift yourself something extra tasty this holiday season. Packed with creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, cheese, and gravy, all for just $5. It's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Well, we're going on another wild ride with the weather this week. It's 80-something now. It was like 90 over the weekend. And it's going to get down into the 30s. So when that happens, a lot of you want to kick on the heater. You know, you've got the advance notice. Now is the time to make sure your air conditioning is ready for the season. And Mills Air can help you out with preventative maintenance. They'll send out a tech, and that tech, they're so good, they're so experienced, and so professional. They'll look at your AC up and down, and they'll tell you, look, you're in good shape. Things are going to work out well here. If you want to use the heater, go for it. Everything should work as expected. Or they'll say, oh, we got a little bit of an issue with this, and they'll help you out and get everything fixed up for you. These are people who are very, very, very skilled at what they do, and they help people just like you every single day. And they've been doing that since 1992. It's over 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and comfy on days like these. Check this out. Their techs can service any brand out there, so don't worry about that. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Suddenly, you're stuck with an unexpected car repair expense. And just like that, you don't have enough cash to pay your rent. Now what? Download the Solo Funds app. As part of the Solo community, other members loan you the cash you need at terms you select. No credit checks and no title loans you can never pay back. At Solo Funds, our members come through for one another. We're Solo. Join us at solofunds.com.
'Tis the season to find incredible deals on a wide selection of auto parts, tires, and accessories. With Amazon Automotive, you can skip the store and the crowds and shop online. Find the parts and accessories you need to outfit your vehicle for winter or the perfect gift for the car lover in your life. At Amazon Automotive, you'll find everything from tires and OEM parts to car care, interior accessories, motor oil, and more. Shop top brands today at Amazon.com/automotive.
Ready to unleash your music genius? Create your own songs in just a few swipes with a brand new Hype app. Whether it's hip-hop, rock, or electronic, the Hype app lets you effortlessly create and share your own music. Get creating, then listen to Johnny's House weekday mornings on XL for your Hype to air. It could win you $5,000. Download the new Hype app now at XL1067.com. Hype, that's HYPH. Or on Instagram at XL1067. Watch out, Music World. Here you come.
Making it to Wednesday is a win in itself, and Dunkin' thinks you deserve a reward. That's why every Wednesday, now through December, Dunkin' Rewards members get a free donut with drink purchase. So whether you like your midweek pick-me-ups oozing with chocolate or filled with jelly, it's on us, because you deserve it. Save time and order ahead on the app with Dunkin' Rewards. Not a member? Join today. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 classic donut per member per Wednesday. Terms and exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Offer ends 12/27/2023.
Just moved into your new home with an alarm system that's inactive or needs updating? SafeTouch is ready to provide you peace of mind in 3 days or less. Call SafeTouch 844-324-2900 now. License number EF2001945.
Wednesday, the final GOP debate of the year is on News Nation, America's fastest-growing cable news network. SiriusXM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event from the University of Alabama as the candidates make their case to America on the only network for all America, the News Nation Republican Primary Debate. Live Wednesday, 8 Eastern. To find News Nation on your TV, go to joinnn.com.
Could you please pass the potatoes?
Uncle Bob, why are you singing?
With all the rewards we are getting, with the Navy Federal Credit Union's cash rewards card, I hired a singing coach for caroling.
But it's summer.
Since we get up to 1.75% cash back on all our holiday purchases, there is cheer to last all year.
Please stop.
These potatoes are delicious, by the way.
Get cheer to last all year with Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the
Business is still making absolutely boneheaded decisions. That happens a lot. You know, if you work for somebody, you know that your business has problems and bad decisions are made. That's absolutely everywhere. Except for when I worked at the water shop. That was the only job where I was like, this is chill. I don't have problems with my boss. I don't have
my muscles hurt.
There was only 2 people working at the company, though. That was one of the major problems because you just don't have as many people to get in the way of things. So it's more seamless that way. And in this case, there was somebody who was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, finger licking good.
Which I used to eat there all the time. Haven't been in quite some time, but nothing wrong with Kentucky Fried Chicken. All the herbs, the spices, et cetera, et cetera. But 17-year-old Drew Gardner was working there until he wasn't. They said he won't be working his shift Saturday at the KFC on South Emerson Avenue or any other, for that matter. Gardner said he was fired for speaking out about his act of heroism after an employee was shot on the job. So this kid is a hero, and they go, you know what? We're going to fire you. Okay. That's what we do. We fire heroes around here. He's sitting on his couch wondering why he no longer has a job. Here's one of the reports on this. Let's see what's going on with this guy. Why would they fire a hero?
An Indianapolis teen who helped a coworker who had been shot has now been fired. So we first brought you Drew Gardner's story on Wednesday. That's after he provided first aid to one of his coworkers after he was shot in the head at a Beech Grove KFC.
Boy.
Well, 2 days later, he tells us his general manager let him go.
No judgment, no
Our
judgment.
Chase House sat back down with him to find out why he was punished rather than being rewarded.
All right, so far we know this, okay? So far we know that he was working at KFC and another employee at the KFC got shot in the head while working at the KFC, and he helped save the kid's life, and somehow we're going to jump from that to this guy should be fired. I don't know why we're going to go on that arc, but we're going to jump from that to this guy should be fired, and it really perplexes me why this would have happened.
Was he just supposed to leave him there to die?
I don't think it was helping him out. I think it was something else. Let's see. He's going to talk about it here in a moment.
Chase?
17-year-old Drew Gardner won't be working his shift Saturday at this KFC on South Emerson Avenue or anyone after that, for that matter. Gardner says he was fired after speaking out about his act of heroism after one of his coworkers was shot while on the job. It was just on Wednesday night when Drew Gardner was all smiles after potentially saving his coworker's life.
Why
now
are they
he's
zooming
sitting on his
so
couch.
far in on that head?
I don't know. And his posture could use a little work, I think. He's just like, he's kind of just like, all right.
Well, he's pissed off. He's like, I finally stepped up, and this is the thanks that I get.
That's true. Got a job and then went above and beyond my job to try to help people out and save a life. KFC responds by firing me? Yeah. We got more. We need to learn more about this.
Wondering why he no longer has a job.
I was a bit bummed out because I considered most of those people there my friends. But I feel like, I don't know, it just feel like a bit like a betrayal in a sense.
It was at the KFC in Beech Grove where police say Gardner's colleague was shot in the head by a former employee Tuesday. And it wasn't until Thursday afternoon when Gardner's mom drove by the restaurant and saw that it had reopened.
When I went in there, I did approach her to talk privately in the back to kind of go over some things about what happened.
All right. I think, for one, the KFC should be incredibly grateful that anybody still wants to work at your location when somebody got shot previously in the head. Right. So I think like just the idea that somebody still is willing to work, knowing that they too may be shot at some point in time while operating the drive-thru or handing out food. That to me is something. That's something that you should be happy about, not angry about.
She refused to go in the back. We had to do it in the lobby in front of customers. It did get heated between her and I. Answers or questions were not answered.
It was that exchange between her and the general manager that led Sears to call police.
Oh, man.
The officer, after speaking with me and hearing everything that's going on and hearing that I'm Drew's mom and knowing about the shooting that happened, he did go inside to retrieve the paperwork for Drew's workman's comp.
Here we go. Now we find out why because he wants some workman's comp, and they're probably not happy about that.
He said, unfortunately, she wanted me to communicate to you that your son is no longer needed here, and this is considered trespassing for you.
Although Gardner says he's disappointed that he was let go from his job, he believes he did the right thing.
Like, I feel like a life is worth more than a job.
Hell yeah, it is.
So I'd rather lose my job than have him die.
Leave him alone. Don't do that to him.
He's a hero.
You know what? You
I
got to
feel
understand
like a life
something.
is worth more than a job, too.
Okay, you got to hear something from me, all right? Women mature much faster than men, all right? So for women, when you're 17, you look like you're already growing up and you look normal. For guys, there's this window between 16 and 17 where we go squirrely for quite some time. And I had a phase like this, too.
Yeah, I believe America was a whore around that time.
It was like my ska phase more than this guy. He's a Metallica fan.
I pimped 18 hoes.
There's a weird part in your life when you're a young man where you haven't grown all the way into it, and you're super immature. The women who you're around your same age that you want to date are way more mature than you are, and you have no idea what you want to do with your life. You are just flopping around trying to figure out how to get by. I think that's where Drew Gardner finds himself. And I hope he finds a better job somewhere where they care about people and they want you to succeed in life when you're a hero. Let's go to you and see what's happening where you are. You can join us with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com or record yours right now. Big T is chiming in about things being expensive.
Good after morning news junkies. So, Sean, you are 100% right. You are remembering that correct. Back when I was in high school from 05 to 09, I would stop at McDonald's every single morning on the way to school, grab either 2 or 4 hash browns, and they were 2 for $1. And now you get a single hash brown for $3.
Oof.
That is ridiculous. McDonald's dollar menu doesn't exist anymore.
Profit,
even though they have
baby.
that stupid $1, $2, $3 menu. Doesn't make sense when you have nothing for $1. McDonald's. With that, Big T out. We'll go get pop.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You know when the golden time was? A lot of people might remember this. The golden time financially was right around 2000 in terms of going to buy food and how cheap it was. McDonald's had one day a week where they did 29-cent hamburgers. They had one day a week where they did 39-cent hamburgers. They had a day a week where they did double cheeseburgers from 99 cents. And they had a huge menu with all sorts of stuff for $1. Wendy's had it. Taco Bell had it. You could go to Taco Bell with $2 and fill yourself up and be absolutely happy with your experience. That was the golden times. And then everything got a little more expensive, and then now real expensive. So people are kind of tightening up right now, I think. And the next 6 months or so is going to be interesting to watch as all that begins to unfold. But I think in a year or so we'll be all right.
And we used to convince my old roommate who didn't really drink like on the weekdays, or he didn't drink when he was working. Yeah. And so we would convince him to go get us the Taco Bell. Because it'd be like, we'll buy if you fly. Right. So you go get us a Taco Bell, we'll pay the bill. But it was like we felt like we were getting the easy part of this deal because Taco Bell was cheap as hell.
Yeah, now it would be like $10 to get the other guy on board with you and get your Taco Bell back to you delivered. Now we got DoorDash, though, so they basically fill that void. All right, when we come back, we got jury duty. We've got to talk about air traffic controllers. A teacher slapped a student, and somebody accidentally ate 96 edibles. All of that somehow will be sorted out very, very quickly on the show here today. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, 3-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
No surprise, but Florida State is
disgusted they were left out of the college football playoff. But with only 4 spots for 5 major conferences, somebody always gets left out. College football is a beauty pageant. The fans and the committee want the best games. There was no need to appease a Florida State fan base missing their star quarterback. In the end, let's be honest, we all got exactly what we wanted. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is here with incredible offers on exceptional vehicles you're bound to love, like the EQB C-Class or the EQE SUV. Find an exclusive offer on a vehicle you'll adore now through January 2nd. Learn more at MBUSA.com/special offers.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Rebath. You know, any company that has great products and great services does not need high-pressure sales pitches, and Rebath does that. No high-pressure sales tactics. You will never be in a must-buy right now situation with Rebath. And there's no pricing games either, like other companies that start super high, then drop the price in half immediately if you buy today. It doesn't work like that with Rebath of Orlando. Still the only company that does full, complete bathroom remodeling, top to bottom, and they do it right the first time. Always stay in tune with their website for brand new designs. That's RebathMidFLA.com. In all my years of endorsing this company, I've never had a complaint. And there's a reason the big box stores choose Rebath for their bathroom remodeling business. This is a national brand that stands behind what they say and what they do. Rebath of Mid-Florida's reputation is so good, there are companies mimicking what they do and claiming to be with them. That's not true. Do your research and ask questions. Don't be fooled by imposters. Get with Rebath of Mid-Florida. Showroom 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Hop online and check out the before and afters at RebathMidFLA.com.
Ready to change your phone service? You gotta check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-priced service and a brand new iPhone every year. And most importantly, listen to this. You get the benefit of Boost Infinite's new technology that selects between its own network and the other 2 major networks. So you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one else can do that except Boost. So head to boostinfinite.com today. That's boostinfinite.com. You owe it to yourself to learn what the folks at Boost have to offer. Again, that's boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. Boost Infinite Wireless is the only carrier built for the next 50 years, not the last. So one more time, right now, go check out boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Why settle for one network when you can have 3? See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
Mark your calendar and tell your boss to shove it. Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, and some of their friends are going to get loud, going to get rowdy, and they're going to do it in your hometown. Tickets to Rock the Country are on sale now. Get them before they're gone at rockthecountry.com.
I know there's a lot of speculation about, is there going to be a golden bachelorette? Are they going to take the woman who was left on the field just behind, discarded, and made the loser in the Golden Bachelor for old Gary Jerry Turner? Are they going to let her be the Golden Bachelorette and start the new franchise with that? And I think that would be okay. That would be all right. If you want to do that, fine. But I'd much rather see Golden Bachelor in Paradise. I think that would be.
Hell yes.
I could see that happening. Do it at like a Margaritaville resort or something.
But you need a couple more seasons to bring all the random people together. Or how about we do Bachelor in Paradise, but we allow some of the Golden Bachelors.
Oh, mix it in a little bit. We get some oldies and some youngies, and we pop them in there. The farty lady has to be there. That lady is fantastic, and. So, the whole thing wrapped up. Huge ratings. If you weren't watching it, you were missing out on a whole bunch of cringe, which was sort of enjoyable. And now old Gary Jerry Turner, 72 years old, is in love with the Goblin Lady. And
come on. Spoiler alert, dude.
Well, they may get together. They may not. You don't know. We'll have to watch to find out. But for those of you who didn't, get over there and do that fast. All right, here we go. Let's get to an ad from Sheila Jackson Lee. She is a politician from Texas. She's running for the mayor of Houston, folks.
Yeehaw.
And Rep. Sheila Jackson Lee is releasing her campaign ad. And here it is. Let's see what they say.
Houston, I've spent my entire career fighting for you.
All right.
From fighting to keep our kids safe from guns when I was on city council, to my days in Congress fighting to protect women's reproductive freedom, and for funding for our police, schools, and small businesses. Now I'm running to be your mayor, because if we're going to bring down crime, fix our streets, and bring good-paying jobs here, Houston needs a champion who's ready to fight for what's right, and I am.
All right there is where your problem comes in. It says, Sheila for Houston, vote on or before December 7th.
Oh. Ooh, that's not voting day.
The election is Saturday, December 9th. You got to get the date right on these things.
But you can guarantee the votes get in if you put December 7th.
Then you're going to have to release another one, though. You have another one that says, please keep voting. Keep voting because we're not done here yet. 2 days before the actual election.
It's sort of like when you have to, if you're, attached to somebody who takes a little bit of time to get ready, so you have to lie about what time the movie is. And, that's that. All she's doing is going, hey, guys, vote December 7th. And
time's running out.
We know you're going to miss that deadline. That's fine. We got a couple more days.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen to you. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. Or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, maybe it's a slip and fall, who knows what happened to you, but you know that you need an attorney because you know you got to battle the insurance companies, and they are good at ripping you off. Don't let them do that to you. Make the smart move. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. Back to that NBA star, Josh Giddey. And right now, even though there's all this information out there and people were talking about this like crazy, him being with some underage girl, this NBA star, nothing's really happened. The police say that they're investigating, and there's some rumors coming in about what they think happened here, all right? The rumors are, at the time that this relationship happened, Josh Giddey was 18 and 19, right? He's 18, 19 years old, right around there. It was a like one-night stand kind of thing. And Josh Giddey says he was under the impression that this girl he had sex with once, according to him again, he was under the impression that she was the same age as him, right? And so
the age-old excuse.
When it comes to that, I honestly don't know. Are you responsible for that if you made a mistake?
Yes.
He's saying that, but he's saying that she said she was 18.
I'm pretty sure she could show you a fake ID, and if it still came down to it, it's up to you.
So if you were with somebody, you thought that they were 18 because they told you they were 18, and then you had sex with that person, and then afterwards they're like, I'm not 18, and then you realize that you got screwed over there. That's not an excuse. You're still guilty of statutory rape or whatever it would be.
I mean, I think it depends on the jurisdiction and who's.
Was this all in Australia?
This was. I think this was here. Let me check. The allegations first arose via an anonymous social media post last month, which has since been deleted. But the incident actually took place right back in his rookie season in 2021. It must have taken place here because in California, that's where they're investigating. According to the article published on Saturday morning, Giddey had a very short relationship with a woman with some suggestions it was a one-night stand. Giddey was 19 at the time, and the report states he believed the girl was the same age, but that she was allegedly 15 and had lied about her age. The article stated the female's family has remorse about the situation and the impact it's having on Giddey and his career, and now his fans are booing him and all kinds of stuff. So he's claiming, I was 19, I thought she was 19, and she was lying to me.
You got the resources to do a quick background. Like, you can easily take her first and last name and location and find out if she's of age.
Yeah, you would think you would at least look her up on social media. I'm just trying to think what am I expecting out of a 19-year-old, right? Like if this was if this was a 40-year-old man, if this is me and you're, I had no idea.
How deep are you looking though? Because I had social media when I was playing underage at bars.
Mm-hmm. Nobody was looking at that.
Oh, no, they were looking at it. It just didn't, you couldn't tell exactly what my age was. Now, maybe if you had looked up some of my speeding tickets, you'd have a different view of things.
What would you say the person is supposed to do to confirm the age of somebody that they're going to have sex with? What would be something that would be a reasonable expectation of a person to figure out if the person they're with is of age?
I think reasonable would be, and this sounds like
weird. It's not really part of foreplay, but
right.
Get
Check
their
your ID.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but if the person says, I don't drive, I don't have an ID.
Well, then we're not having sex with each other. I think it's not worth it at that point. Those are very troubled waters to wade in. I'm sure there's plenty of women that are way above 18 years old, quote unquote, that you can make sweet love to without finding yourself in a situation.
This guy's an NBA player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, what is the expectation of somebody? Because it's totally possible that somebody could get hoodwinked like this And maybe that happened in this scenario. And you would think, oh, he doesn't know she's 15? I don't know. I could see somebody thinking that somebody's older than they are when the age gap is that young. I don't know.
Maybe there's a series of questions that you could just like nail it down to.
Well, I really
put this on. Did you graduate? High school.
Well,
Also,
put this on the Mo list, because I really do wonder if that's just not an excuse. If the person says that they're a certain age and they're lying to you, if you're still liable.
I'll put it on the Mo list, but I was already looking this up. This is from the law office of David R. Fisher. He's a Las Vegas criminal defense lawyer, and he has this article from November 2016. Is I didn't know she was underage a valid defense to statutory rape? And it says ignorance is not a defense. It's considered a strict liability crime, meaning a defendant could be found guilty of this type of offense even if she was generally unaware that the alleged victim was under the age of consent. It's irrelevant whether or not the defendant had knowledge of the victim's age, nor whether the minor agreed to the act. As impractical as it may be, adults have a legal responsibility to verify the age of all sexual partners. Defendants can still be found guilty of statutory rape, even under the following circumstances. The minor lied about their age.
That's exactly his situation.
The minor had a fake ID. The minor expressed their consent, or the minor initiated the activity.
So then how is he just not toast? If he's admitting to that much of the story, how is this guy, it seems like the investigation for the police would go, did you have sex with her? Yes. How old was she at the time? 15. Okay, open shut. If you're not an NBA player, it seems like that would be pretty easy to get down to the end of it. But you also have another problem, and that is that this girl and her family are not talking to anybody. They won't talk to the cops. They won't talk to anybody. They don't want to participate.
Would they have to disclose if they were paid to not talk?
I don't know. It's another good question for the Mo list, actually. Could he have just dropped off a big fat NBA check and said, here you go, just stay quiet for a little while? And then if the cop said, have you been paid anything by Josh Giddey? Would they have to say yes or no? I don't know. That would be another interesting thing to look into. Toss that on the Mo list, C-Lane. You hot in there? Hot in the studio? It is
so hot. I just propped the door open.
That's like you're fanning yourself.
It's very hot in here. And so I propped the door open, and now it's like this is the first time that everyone on the outside is really going to hear all of the crazy stuff that I say.
C-Lane, how are you doing in Studio Z there?
I'm actually just Uber Eats the blanket.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and Jimmy from the Jim Colbert Show.
Happy birthday.
Waved at me, and he said, oh, and he did this because he was so cold in his studio.
Why is just that one room broken?
I don't know, but I need some. I don't even think a fan would work because it's just hot air that it would be circulating.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So are they working on it right now? Did they tell you they were?
Nobody's come in here to see.
Nobody said anything. No, that's really, really unfortunate.
Cool.
All right, well, good luck over there. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about this teacher that slapped the student and somebody that accidentally ate 96 gummy edibles. That would be a weird ride. How'd it go? We'll find out. This is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Store is now open for business. Virtually. Find the official merchandise of your favorite radio station at realradio.fm/store.
2 right lanes are blocked due to an accident on State Road 408 eastbound at Chickasaw Trail. Expect delays. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound at 9th Street. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on Kirkman Road northbound at Old Winter Garden Road. Slowdowns eastbound and westbound on I-4 between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Wednesday, the final GOP debate of the year is on News Nation, America's fastest-growing cable news network. SiriusXM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event from the University of Alabama as the candidates make their case to America on the only network for all America, the News Nation Republican primary debate. Live Wednesday, 8 Eastern. To find News Nation on your TV, go to joinnn.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit on every truck in stock. Ford, Chevy, Ram, and GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all. Lifted trucks, work trucks, diesels, and 4x4s. Take advantage of Nations Trucks' end-of-the-year savings all month long. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest here. It is the holiday season, and it's time to indulge a little bit, but don't let indulging keep you from feeling your best. I have been drinking Health Aid Kombucha daily, and I have to tell you, it really is a game changer. It's easy to work into your routine. Health Aid Kombucha tastes amazing. Makes me feel less bloated. I mean, that's the effect it has on me. My favorite flavor is right now Strawberry Glow. And the best part, you can find Health Aid Kombucha at Whole Foods, Target, and Walmart, or at health-aid.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Experience the hot new restaurant, Cavas Tacos and Tequila, featuring a 3-foot taco board, fresh guacamole, and more than 150 tequilas. The perfect spot to gather with friends and family for a holiday cocktail class, Christmas Eve dinner, or a New Year's Eve party. With indoor and outdoor bars, patios, private dining, Mexican folklorico dancers, and fire shows. Cavas Tacos and Tequila on iDrive. Find Cavas Tacos on Instagram or visit cavastacos.com. That's KAVAS tacos.com.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Not one, not two, but 96 gummy edibles all in one sitting.
That's Death City. That
Can you
is
imagine that?
Out of body experience. No, I could not.
Well,
96, does it say how many milligrams? It
doesn't. It doesn't say on this. I'm going to read some more of what happened to her and what the experience was in just a moment here. But she ate 96 gummy edibles by accident, meaning that she stumbled upon her parents' gummy stash, and then she just started downing these things, and she liked them. She was enjoying them, so she just kept putting them back. I mean, even if they weren't weed gummies and you ate 96 regular gummies, that would seem excessive. That's a lot right there. But 96 gummy edibles would send you rolling. I know there's not many. Are there any? I'm throwing out a question mark now. Incidences of marijuana overdose deaths.
Incidents.
I do not. I mean, I'm sure there's something on the record. There are people who not overdose because of how much they took, but it's like they took too much and jumped off a balcony.
Well, when I looked up marijuana overdose death, it wants to give me the drug addiction hotline.
I got the same thing.
But I'm not looking for that. Okay, somebody died in Virginia after eating THC gummies. This one says, I don't think a lot of people have died from overdosing on marijuana or THC.
I don't think it would even be like taking too much THC could perhaps kick off like a heart attack because you were already faint of heart and got, that kind of reaction. But I've never... I mean, it's the one thing you really can't overdose unless you try. Like, you could almost, they have like this amount, but you wouldn't physically be able to smoke that much in order to, quote unquote, overdose on it.
Although that does change, I think, with the introduction of edibles into the equation. It makes it so you're not facing the same fate. I have no idea what that noise was. It was a very bizarre. Was that a wind chime? What were we hearing there?
Just a quick little wind chime.
Oh, okay, nice. All right. So, yeah, it looked like there was some stories in here, and there wasn't too much. Somebody says the truth is that although marijuana is one of the safest drugs around, far safer than opioids and alcohol. Okay, number of marijuana poisoning deaths per year. God, is this right? Look at this chart I'm looking at. It's gone up quite a bit. Marijuana poisoning deaths from 1999 to 2014, so this is pretty dated. But in 2014, they said 287 people. It says, however, the most, this makes sense. However, the majority of these deaths involve drug mixing, ingestion of the fatal combination of marijuana and some other toxins such as alcohol and opioid, cocaine, or whatever.
You would think you almost shouldn't even put that on the marijuana list then.
Yeah, I agree. Well, this is the number for the same time period with cannabis alone, poisoning deaths due to cannabis alone, and it looks like it's around 18 a year. So that's a pretty low number overall, considering the amount of individuals that regularly smoke.
Weird that it jumped from 4 in 2011 to 22 the next year.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a jump.
Are we seeing like some kind of legalization of marijuana begin in 2011 or something that would spike that? Because that is very...
No clue.
Before that, it's 2, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0. Like, in each year, it's that low. And then it goes from 3 to 4 to 22 with the poisoning deaths due to cannabis alone. So it looks like it does happen out there. But this young girl, here's what they say happened. Once there was a guy, a father of a young girl who loved pot gummies, but his wife didn't want him to take them and was annoyed at him for doing it. So he hid his pot gummies. He decided to mix them in with the regular gummy candies in the kitchen cupboard. Genius, sir. Just a brilliant idea, sir. Top level parenting right there. When his 11-year-old daughter came home from school one day, she found the pod gummies and thought they were regular gummy candies. And she ate 96 of these sons of bitches. When her parents got home...
Okay, does that mean she ate all of them and Dad knows there were exactly 96? Because who the hell would keep count of how many gummy bears they just ate?
Good point. I'm not sure where they came up with that number.
And how do you get to 96 without feeling some sort of high?
She didn't get anything. She's just popping them back. And imagine the wave of high that would hit you. Imagine that just steamroller of stoned. When her parents got home, they found her lying on the stairs. She could not talk. She could not respond to their questions. She was catatonic, they said. In a panic, they took her to the hospital where doctors discovered what had happened. She'd eaten 96 pot gummies, they said. The video said a baby or a toddler that ate this many pot gummies might need oxygen, but any kid or an adult would be fine. So she was okay. All of her body was functioning, but inside her brain, it was the storm of the century. And she was just... Like, I don't know if you heard that part, Sabrina, but they said that when her parents came home, because her dad is an idiot, and he mixed the weed gummies in with the regular gummies in a drawer in the kitchen, and she eats all these, and they found her catatonic on the stairs. She couldn't say anything. She couldn't move. She was just like staring into the world, into the great abyss.
And what do? You grab pepper and you put it on her tongue.
Well, does that do something?
It helps. It like sends this thing to your brain where it's like it'll sober you up for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it'll last, considering that she still has all of those gummies in her body.
She needed a lot of pepper to help her out. They said in her case, she was fine. She survived after all of that wore off. But the weird thing was the parents just found her like that, and they had no idea what was going on. And the dad's probably like, yeah, what did happen here? This is strange that
Can't
all of
imagine.
This is... what's going on? And they do a test, and the doctors come back and go, either are you into weed gummies? And they say, yep. And they knew exactly what had happened to her at that point. A teacher's assistant is in trouble in Lake County, Florida. They said a teacher's assistant is accused of slapping a student. The teacher has been arrested, or the teacher's assistant. Ute Galloway was arrested on charges of child abuse without great bodily harm this week. But according to the police report, the attack actually happened back on November 17th. They said there were other students around, and footage from school cameras showed the 14-year-old student drawing before Galloway slapped him. This is where things go a little sideways and get weird. It said the whole thing allegedly started over a paper turkey. According to the police report, the 14-year-old said he was with other students playing a game that involved drawing parts of a turkey. He told police Galloway told students not to look at an outline while drawing it, but he did. The teen said Galloway got frustrated.
That's a slappable offense for sure.
When he continued to look at the outline, she suddenly smacked him across the face. So for drawing a turkey and looking at the outline, that's a slapping right there. This teacher obviously in some trouble. Let's just check in with the folks out there and see what the temperature is. Please join us on the show. We appreciate when you do that. As you're getting geared up for the big holiday break before too long, let us know who you are. Come out of the woodwork. You can just introduce yourself if you want. That's always acceptable. Just so you know, if you don't know what to do for your first dispatch, hey guys, here's my name. Here's where I'm listening. Here's what I liked about the show or hated about the show so far. Here's Guitar Slinger with a dispatch.
Yeah, that statutory possible rape case brings back to mind one that was in West Palm at a bar up on North Lake Boulevard. Guy picked up a young girl in the bar and had sex with her, and later was prosecuted by the parents for having sex with her. But he beat the case because the expectation was if she was in the bar, she should have been 18 years old.
That's a crazy thought, huh,
was on
Sean?
the bar for not carding her. So there you go.
I heard something like that recently. Celia was telling me that during the break.
Yeah, when I added on to the Mo list, I was like, what if? Because in the story that he just told, the person was able to beat the charge because of the expectation of people that you meet at a bar should be of age to have sex with.
Yeah.
But the way that they were describing it in some of the other the law websites that I was reading, it was like, doesn't matter, it's still up to you, you could still get in trouble for this. And I was like, well, could you then go after the bar and hold the bar as responsible for any damages that you would have incurred because of this conviction where you, like, just like you said,
you trusted the bar.
You should trust the bar.
Now, if you trust and you have that argument of, well, we met at a bar, is it like, can you still have a 16-year-old with a fake ID consenting to sex?
See, this is where it starts to get confusing because imagine this, all right? Imagine you go into the bar, you see somebody there, you're expecting that the bar has vetted this person and that they are, in fact, old enough to be at that location, so therefore they're old enough to have sex with you. What if you date that person for 3 months afterwards? And can you bring it all the way back to the initial point, which is, hey, I met her at a bar. I assumed that she was of age, and I assumed that they had checked her ID. Because that seems like a loophole, like a workaround that a lot of weirdos would use. They go, hey, just sneak into this bar. We'll meet each other there, and then we can legally have sex, even though you're completely underage.
That sounds creepy.
It does. The whole thing does. I don't know what's going on with this just yet. We got some big questions for Mo on this. Here's TX talking about this whole story.
So about this girl thing real quick. I mean, sorry to jump into it. How you guys doing? Sorry about that was rude. But, damn, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. All right, if you're 19 and she's whatever age, all right, aren't you in college? So shouldn't, like, some of the questions you be asking, like, hey, what classes are you taking? Or, dang, man, this Psych 2031 is kicking my butt. Or, I mean, you usually have some type of, or either you can ask a question like, oh, hey, did you go and rate my teacher? You know, where you rate the teacher or professor? He could have did something, bro. You got to be able to do something. I don't know.
Well, I think one of the things with him was he didn't go to college, I don't believe, because he's still very young right now, and he went right to the MBA, I think. I could be wrong about this guy, but I think that might have been one of the things that factored in there. He might be in some trouble here, though. All right, let's go over to Barry with a dispatch.
Hey, Trace Amigos.
Hey.
Hope all is well. Just real quick, the people who are upset at the prices of McDonald's, to the people out there, you are paying for garbage and then you are complaining about the garbage. You sound real dumb. Real dumb. All right, whatever, the end.
Yeah, it's sometimes you find stuff now, though, that's not like
One man's garbage is another man's treasure, my man.
Are you eating McDonald's over there right now?
No, I'm just saying. You think it's garbage. I think those burritos are delicious.
What are you mowing down on in there?
Got some sushi.
We got sushi, but I have a question for you, Sabrina. Did they deliver soy sauce with that to you?
They did not. Did they deliver chopsticks to you?
I got chopsticks, but I got no soy sauce.
Both your powers combined, you can almost eat the food that you just ordered.
Sushi becomes less cool when you have to use your fingers.
Yeah, it's not the best experience. I'm terrible with the chopsticks, though, myself. I have always sucked at that. I'm not afraid, though, to just dive in.
You got to get the little rubber band thing
Hell
where
no.
they... No?
No. I'll either go in with my hands or I will just use a fork, and I don't care at all. The only place where I really respect that, and I do it the way that everybody else does, is I love Indian food. Love Indian food. And we have a place that we go to not too far from here, which, what's the name? Oh, God, now I'm not remembering the name of the place.
Bombay?
Bombay, is it Bombay Kitchen?
Street Kitchen.
Is that it? I don't know if that's the one we go to. Bombay Street Kitchen? No, that's a different one. I think we've been there, too. I'll have Courtney tell me when I remember, but we went there, and whenever we go, I straight up eat exactly how you're supposed to, use the naan and all that stuff. I'm dying. My mouth is on fire. Oh, it's so glorious, that place. It's like a modern Indian place, and the staff is so insanely nice.
Wasn't that the place where, like, you sure you want to eat that?
Yes, yeah. That was a place where I made a big mistake, and they said, you sure you want the Vindaloo? Because the Vindaloo, it is Bombay Street Kitchen, Sealand. You're correct. I just looked it up as we were talking about this. And the Vindaloo is real spicy, and I still went through with it. They are so nice. You know, we hadn't been there. We've only been there twice, I think, before this. And we hadn't been to Bombay Street Kitchen in probably 2 or 3 months. And we walked in, the guy goes, welcome back. It's been a while. It's good to see you guys again.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so sweet, John.
And I'm like, how does this dude remember this? I can't
he says
remember.
That to everyone that comes in.
No, he started talking to us about the last time we were there.
Like the shot doctor used to do. Like, it's always good to see you again, and he's only wrong once.
Yeah, he remembered. He started talking to us. He's like, yeah, last time you got this and you had this. The guy had like the greatest memory of anybody I've ever heard in my entire life.
They were super nice, and I felt bad when we went because We over-ordered a little bit. Or, no, it wasn't just that. We over-ordered a little bit, so we got full. We got the shrimp that they have there are those like firecracker shrimp or whatever they call them. So good.
Yeah.
And then we had other stuff to do, so we didn't get our leftovers to go, and they thought that we hated it. And I felt so bad. I was like, guys, it was really good. We're going to be back. We have other places to go that we can't just leave the food in our car for a while.
Yeah, they did that with us too. And I've had this happen to me a lot lately because if I go out, I'll get like one specialty drink and I'll have like a couple of sips from it. Like I really don't drink that much when I'm going out anymore. I'll drink at home because it's safe. And when we go out, I'll have my drink that I've ordered. This just happened at the Boathouse. I order my drink. I have like 2 or 3 sips, and each time they're like, "Oh, did you not like this? Was this gross? You want me to take this off the bill?" And I'm like, "No, I liked it. Just I didn't need that much of it this time."
We're just used to people binge drinking here. If you don't,
Mostly they were. Here's my drug dealer with a dispatch.
Afternoon, junkies.
Hey.
I think 2011 is whenever everybody started doing dabs. That's when wax got on the scene. So maybe that has something to do with it. Just the potency, you know?
Could be.
Hitting everybody that much harder.
Yeah, it could be.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
There's a lot that happened in the world of weed there. There's so many things that have changed since I was a young pot-smoking Sean Wasson.
Pyrex.
All that stuff is different. Now, I don't even know if you can get regs. Is regs a thing anymore? Like cheap weed?
I have no clue.
Everything's just so different. All
like,
the
can
weed
you
is
go to like a dispensary and just be like, all right, I got my medical marijuana card, but I don't need everything that I get from here to knock me on my ass, so I want some regs.
They have low THC stuff, but it's not like regs.
And it's probably not cheaper, is it?
No, I mean, it very well could be. They have great deals, but you can look for stuff that's very low THC, high on the CBD. You can do stuff that has like 0 THC in it.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff
call
is
it regs.
Willy Wonka weed, where you look at it and it looks like a work of art. They've grown this in some masterpiece grow room. And I think some of that did have an impact on this because things changed pretty big in a pretty short period of time. Now it's probably settling in, and I think maybe we're through that. Twink Lettitz is also asking about Carl's vet visit. We addressed that earlier. Sabrina said Carl's doing a little bit better, and he's on some medication right now. So
and had
he's
a solid poop.
Did he?
2 days later. The craziest part is that they had me fast him,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't give him any water or food for like 24 hours. He was so sad, especially when you have to feed the cats.
Oh, and he doesn't understand that. He's like, "What's going on here?"
And then he went and he just ate like grass as if he's never eaten before.
Oh God, yeah. When Lady does that sometimes. When Lady wants to get sick because she's not feeling well, like she wants to throw up, she'll go out every 5 seconds, and we're like, "I would stop going out there. We know what you're doing now. Damn it." We don't want that. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we got to get to more of you and your comments. And voting matters, folks, especially when it comes to voting for yourself. One particular election, a man lost by 1 vote. He didn't vote for himself in said election.
Wasn't it in a movie somewhere?
It's a true story. I'll give you all the details. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident on Highway 46A eastbound at Reinhardt Road. The right lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident northbound on Kirkman Road at Old Winter Garden Road. The right lane is blocked. Traveling on 408, you can expect delays eastbound due to an accident at Chickasaw Trail. 2 right lanes are blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler, A big congratulations to last week's winner, Oscar, and a big happy birthday to one of Maxine's owners, Kurt. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. I am a kind of coat that can only be put on when wet. I am a kind of coat that can only be put on when wet. If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. And the first person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com. Happy birthday, Kurt!
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Come see Island H2O Water Park transformed into a wonderland of holiday lights. Celebrate the season island style at holiday nights at Island H2O. A dazzling, immersive spectacle of tons of photo moments, kids' activities, festive shows, and holiday eats. An affordable experience for the whole family with tickets starting at just $24.99, and a portion of the proceeds benefit Give Kids the World Village. Make family memories at Orlando's newest holiday tradition. Now open. Get tickets now at islandh2owaterpark.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Making money from an investment feels good, but investing in people with the Solo Funds app feels even better. Solo Funds lets you put your unused capital to work, earning a profit for you while you're helping others. As a part of the Solo community, you fund emergency loans to other Solo members, allowing for a financial outcome that works for both of you, making a social impact and a return on your money. Join the Solo movement. Join us at solofunds.com.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. In Trust, Rachel Adams Heard discusses the Osage Nation and its story and changes throughout the years. The Big Take. Host Wes Kosova talks to Bloomberg journalists around the world, experts, and the people at the center of the news to help you understand what's happening. Crash Course. Every week, Crash Course explores the lessons to be learned when creativity and ambition collide with competition and power. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Washington, I'm going to remove your ability to vote. You don't deserve it anymore. In Thurston County, they don't deserve to be able to vote any longer. Their rights should be stripped. They don't know what they're doing over there.
The entire county?
Yeah, the whole county. It's a bunch
very fair.
Bumbling fools over there. See how big that county is. Thurston County, Washington, in the state of Washington. I guess I could ask the smart device, but rather just
297,000.
Damn it.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. That can't be right. 297,000, and yet there was only like 500 votes in the election. I guess nobody was just participating in this to begin with.
Very tiny.
Yeah. Oh, this is Rainier. Rainier is the city where it went down. So maybe that's smaller. Rainier, Washington. They said following a hand recount, voters in Rainier have elected Ryan Roth to the city council by a margin of 1 vote.
2,486.
Okay, that's small.
2021.
So this is a small place here, Rainier. Roth beat out his opponent, Damian Green, 247 votes to 246 votes. Green said he did not vote for himself. He didn't vote for himself.
Why wouldn't you vote for yourself, man?
This whole place is weird. Rainier is a weird place. You guys don't know how to do your elections. Their last election was decided by a coin toss. The previous election to this. They decided by a coin toss. And now the guy could have won, but he didn't even vote for himself. Or it would have been a tie at the very least.
Does that mean he didn't vote at all? Or he voted for the other guy in good spirit?
I don't think he voted. I don't think he voted at all. Let's see what this story says. Here's one of the reports on this.
Decided by just one vote, and a recount today confirmed that. Ryan Roth won the Rainier City Council position number 2
You got it, buddy.
With 247 votes, one more than his opponent's 246. Thurston County Bureau Chief Drew Mickelson was there as the candidates learned how every single vote counts.
Yeah, there's not many of them.
A pile for the first candidate, pile for the second candidate.
When they're counting the votes,
55 ballots were submitted.
So we're looking at the ballots individually.
The tabulation machines called the race as close as possible.
I like this. They had a recount. Because it was so close, they had a recount. There was less than 500 votes. So it feels like the recount could have been done in about 15, 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like, they needed to do a whole procedure. All right, everybody, go into recount mode. Here we go. Let's count these votes up.
The difference between the two candidates is 1 vote.
So state law requires a hand recount. 3 paid county elections employees have to go through every single ballot. It's a process that's open to the public.
Yeah, and good luck. Good luck.
The only person who came to watch, the winner of the first count, Ryan Roth.
Yeah, Ryan Roth was there because he was smart enough to vote for himself. He's smart enough to show up at the recount.
How long would it take to recount?
Not very long, one would think. But 500, less than 500 people in total voted for this. Or I'm sorry, with the write-ins, there was 555 ballots. Still, tiny number of them.
Dude, I'm ready for it. I'm Ryan Roth. I'm running for city councilman, number 2 position here in town of Rainier.
It's Roth's first political race. City council position number 2.
You got it, buddy.
In
Also,
Rainier,
did you see the
Washington.
parade?
Yeah, very small parade in
The
this
parade
town.
was just a semi-truck without the trailer.
This is a small town. People don't know what small town life is like, and this is it right here. That's the kind of stuff you got going
Small
on.
town on the east side of Thurston County.
East
Only
side?
1/3 of the voters here submitted ballots.
I started off 30 ahead, then I was 20 ahead, then I was 10 behind.
Watching the results has been stressful, especially since candidate Roth almost did not vote in his own election.
My
I was
God.
like, it's 1 vote, you know, if it's gonna, whatever's going to happen.
He almost did the same thing.
Worried about it, but my wife was pushing it, so I'm a busy man.
Opponent Damian Green had to work at Premier Collision while the recount was going on.
All right, this guy couldn't leave his auto body job to go vote for himself in the election.
That was just during the recount. I mean, that might have been the reason he didn't vote, too. But you said that the previous election was a coin toss?
Yeah.
If Damian Green had thought to get off his ass and actually vote for himself, or if Ryan Roth hadn't been convinced by his wife to vote, it would have been a tie, and they would have done another coin toss.
God, this town is all messed up. This town needs to start over from scratch.
This is very exciting.
This is like
everyone
the
else
town
knows
where
that.
this is the town where they elect the dog to be mayor. You know, that's what we're talking about here with Rainier, Washington. Now I want to hear from the loser guy.
Lord wants me to have it, I'll have it.
That was his philosophy during the campaign, too. He worked to convince voters, but did not vote in his own race.
I didn't feel comfortable voting for myself. I thought it was kind of
God would have wanted you to.
He said, I didn't feel comfortable voting for yourself. Then why are you running for office? You don't feel comfortable
He's a humble
voting?
man, Sean. Come on.
But if he doesn't believe in himself, why should anybody else believe in him? If you believe in yourself, then you vote for yourself. But not doing that, you're like, I don't know if I'm the best candidate for this, actually.
So I didn't.
His one vote would have made a difference.
Good God. All right. There you go. We see you, Rainier. You're on our radar now. Thank you for your story. All right. I think we can maybe work in one, maybe two dispatches. I don't know. We'll see. I did see this story about the air traffic controllers
Definitely
out there.
just one dispatcher then.
Well, air traffic controllers, I want to reach out to you and say that we care about you. We want you to be okay. And we hope everything goes all right because you are pushed to the brink right now, according to this story. And we need you.
Yeah, we literally
to get all
need you.
the planes in the right spot. Without air traffic controllers, we're in big trouble. They said drunk and asleep on the job, air traffic controllers are pushed to the brink. One air traffic controller went into work drunk this summer and joked about making the big money buzzed. Another routinely smoked marijuana during breaks. A third threatened violence and then aggressively pushed a colleague who was directing airplanes at the time. The incidents were extreme examples, but they fit into a pattern that reveals glaring vulnerabilities in one of the most important protective layers of the nation's vaunted aviation safety system. Folks, keep it cool over there. Nice and relaxed. Not marijuana relaxed, but just like,
Oh, one guy was.
One guy maybe tried to relax too much. We need you, okay? We really do. Let's go to I'm a PC with a dispatch about old people.
Sorry about the wind, but there's multiple stories that have come out a few years ago where older people are turning to illegal weed because it's not as strong as commercial grade because they can't handle the high.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could believe that. Or I could believe somebody's having a party and they go, hey, you want to try this? Yeah, I'll try one of those gummies. What could it do? And
Hey,
you
it's
haven't
not
done it in a
working
while.
yet. Let me have 4 more.
Oh, the cardinal mistake, the cardinal rule breaking.
You're high for 4 days.
Does it last a really long time when you do that many, or is it just the same length but really intense?
A lot longer.
It goes for less. It's in your system for longer. You're saying?
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're very stoned the whole time.
Yeah, that poor girl on the stairs was feeling that. One more. Here's Brovilla. He wants to send us a dispatch.
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
Oh, dude, man, I cannot wait for that holiday vacation time to roll up, bro.
How many cruises
December
are you going
24th,
on?
It all begins. Obviously, we all have Christmas week off. That next week, the first week of January,
yeah.
I will be getting on a cruise ship and heading for the Cayman Islands.
Of course you are. Of course.
6 hours in the spa, massages, all of it. Great food, going on unbelievable excursions, watching great shows, staying up all night. It's going to be glorious.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking the whole month of January off. Screw it.
I'm jealous.
I'm so wore out, bro. All right, you guys have a good day.
You too.
Out.
Thank you, Brovilla. Appreciate it. Enjoy your cruise, my friend. I like to believe that eventually I'll treat myself to some of this stuff. Like he's saying, go on a cruise and get a massage. I've still never had a massage in my life. And now at this point, it seems weird.
It is not. Go to Heavenly Foot Massage
Mm-hmm.
in Thornton Park. It will change your life.
I don't know why, though. You know how I am about people touching me, first of all. That's one thing.
Well, you'll get over that very quickly when those heavenly hands are on your body.
Because I've never done it. I feel like the first time they'll go, oh, my God, it's a real mess here. We can work these kinks out of your body here and get you into better shape. And God, it's part of my goals for 2024. I got a whole new list. More doctor stuff.
Right.
More doctor stuff. And something like that to probably help my back out because I'm dying.
I don't think I've ever gotten a massage. Like I've never gone to go get one. But sometimes
I figured you had for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I mean the closest is like whatever they do to you when you're getting like a pedicure, which is not really even a massage. It's just kind of like, they're rubbing lotion in you and stuff. But every once in a while, Ashley will try to give me one, like a foot massage.
And I kick her in the face.
Brutal.
And like I don't know if it's because she is massaging the way that she would want to be massaged, and she like gets massages all the time. She needs it.
She knows what she's doing.
But when she does it to me, like she wants it done to her, it hurts. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Here, I'll give you.
Wait. Is there a chance, though? Is there a chance that's one of those things like where somebody goes, oh, I'll wash the dishes, and then you wash the dishes in the worst way possible so nobody asks you to wash the dishes again next time? Is it possible, Celine, that she's putting on a poor performance so she won't have to frequently do this?
I don't think so, because if she did, that would be highly unfair based on the amount of foot massaging she demands. It would be, uneven.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back,
Final you guys want to hear some more super cool married stuff?
I do. Yeah.
Tell me what's going on. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, I'll learn to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
So intermittent explosive disorder.
Okay, that's not even what I have.
Let her go. It involves repeated, sudden episodes of impulsive, aggressive, violent behavior or angry verbal outbursts in which you react grossly out of proportion to the situation.
What is that?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today are going to be in the low 80s. It's going to be warm and muggy out there. Chance for a passing sprinkle or two, but all in all, mostly cloudy skies are expected. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, you can expect the 50s, and we continue to cool down through the middle of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Now you can get your favorite classic hoagie just the way you like for only $6. $6 for your favorite classic hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa.
'Tis the season to find incredible deals on a wide selection of auto parts, tires, and accessories. With Amazon Automotive, you can skip the store and the crowds and shop online. Find the parts and accessories you need to outfit your vehicle for winter or the perfect gift for the car lover in your life. At Amazon Automotive, you'll find everything from tires and OEM parts to car care, interior accessories, motor oil, and more. Shop top brands today at Amazon.com/automotive.
Extra cash? Coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Hey creators, it's your chance to be heard. Always dreamed of making your own song? Now you can with just a few swipes on the Hype app, where you can effortlessly create music, share it with friends, and join a community of real musicians. Listen to Johnny's House on XL 106.7 for a chance to hear your Hype song air on the radio. The best Hype wins $5,000. Download the Hype app at XL1067.com. That's HYPH. Or follow XL1067 on Insta.
From the creator of Up and Vanished comes a new true crime weekly podcast series. In each episode of Talking to Death, join Payne, Lindsay, and guests as they discuss all things crime, life, mystery, and fun.
Are aliens real? Based on everything I've learned, I think that the government knows something. I don't know if aliens are real, but I think there's something out there that they know.
Listen to Talking to Death on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Odds are you won't die.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Sharing is caring, right? Well, yeah, that's what they say. But at McDonald's, they mean it. That's the only place where when I roll through with my fam, I leave happy and full. Because for real, I get everything I want. No. Scratch that. We all get everything we want. Especially right now, when we can bundle our faves for breakfast. How about a savory sausage McMuffin with melty cheese, or the most delicious, warm, flaky sausage biscuit with those delicious classic hash browns for just $2.79? Or later in the day, get the fam together and go all out. Bundle the hits like a crispy McChicken topped with mayo and lettuce, or a juicy McDouble with not one, but 2 100% pure beef patties and tasty, small, world-famous fries for only $3.69. McDonald's eats, and so do we all, because there's always something for everyone. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
There's nothing I love more than to buy a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year-old car with great miles and great condition, especially the kind that you might have inherited from a loved one. My name's John Clay Wolf, CEO of America's Best Car Buyer. GiveMeTheVIN.com. You can go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, put in your license plate number, bada bing, bada boom, get a number quickly and at the top of the market. We love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Need your carpets and tile looking great without sticky, soapy, chemical residue left behind? Zero Res will clean your carpets the right way for only $49 per room, and will give you 25% off tile and grout cleaning. Google OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Cross another achievement off your bucket list with Skydive DeLand, helping people become skydivers for over 40 years. Skydive DeLand is the skydiving capital of the world and where tandem jumping originated. In fact, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman both learned to jump here. Not sure where to get that adventure in your life for the holidays? Get a Skydive DeLand holiday gift certificate at skydivedeland.com. Skydive DeLand, jump, fly, repeat.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato. Wow.
Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
Boost.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the
cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We always appreciate that. And if you missed any of the show, you know where you can go. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and get the podcast over there. You can also learn more about the show. You can learn about uncensored secret shows, which are available over there. And you can get dispatches and see it now and all that good stuff. Learn more about the game of magnets. It's all right on the website thenewsjunkie.com. There's a pretty weird story that I want to tell you real quick before we wrap everything up today. And that is a 56-year-old guy went to do something I would never, ever, 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 ever do. And that is he went to go on the world's highest bungee jump. And it is 764 feet.
All right.
This bungee jump.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
That's it's a very, very hard no for me as well. And they said
not a very hard no for me. It's pretty easy.
Yeah,
pretty easy no.
You think you're not allowed? You think?
No. He's saying like it's very easy for him to say no.
I'm sorry.
But Sean's hard no is like bold and underlined.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
I just would never even consider it. And to boot, you have to pay $478 to be able to do it.
Oh, good. Yes, I would like to empty my wallet to be terrified.
Right. The shock death came after the 56-year-old thrill seeker took the terrifying plunge. So he lives, he survives the bungee jump, but then a couple hours later, he's got shortness of breath. He's freaking out, and he later stops breathing. They pronounce him dead. No injuries on his body or anything. I think maybe the bungee jump just got... His system was revved up. Fatality. And you're not supposed to bungee jump if you have high blood pressure because it's not good for you. Your BPMs will
So he
go...
picked the highest one?
Yeah, he picked the highest one in the world. That's where he decided to go from there, and probably not a good idea, one might say. All right, let's do the final dispatches here and get these all wrapped up and ready for you. Here goes nothing. We got the Abominable Mormon is with us, okay?
Fun little voting story. My mom works helping with the elections and at the ballot locations. My brother went in to vote, and she was going through all the different ballots and things with him, and she got to a ballot where a school needed a new roof, and so the walls redone. And my brother asked, why are we voting on this? Like, they need it. She said, well, we're voting on it because we're spending the tax dollars on it. We're going to be spending city money to give it to them.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, well, no. And he votes no. And if that isn't the reality of life here in America, I don't know what is. All right. And by the way, my brother has Down syndrome.
Okay. Thank you for the dispatch. Abominable Mormon.
Very weird outro you got there.
Yeah, the exit was intense. It was. You gave us some additional information.
I like your sense of humor.
Just dipped. Here's Indica Soul.
Sean.
Yeah.
Listen to you guys talk about the massage stuff.
Yeah.
I tried doing that. I'm tough and I can deal with pain and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. I did that for like 5 years, went to a massage place and was like, yeah, you're an idiot. My back was better for like at least a year before I tweaked it again. And it was so worth it. I mean, deep tissue for an hour.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Pass out, drool. I mean, it's better than that. Do it.
Yeah, here's where I think you're not. Here's where I think that you're missing the mark, all right, on your dispatch. The idea that I'm not doing this because I think I'm tough. I'm too tough to go get a massage. It has nothing to do with that. It's just about just the weirdness of it all for me, which I have to get past that.
And you will after the first time.
I'm sure.
Guarantee it.
Like, if it made me feel better, I'd be like, what the hell was I doing? I wasted my whole life not getting one of these.
Would you feel more comfortable if someone came to your house to do it?
Yes, probably. But I wouldn't feel too uncomfortable
Guess
about
what you're
that.
getting for Christmas.
I would want it to be a woman, and I would want it to be in like just a nice place. Those are the only requirements that I would have. Okay, let's do the stories that did make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our folks over there, our friends at Nations Trucks. Go get the truck of your dreams. Big trucks, lifted trucks, small trucks, medium-sized trucks, everything you want. They got a truck for it. It's right there at nationstrucks.com. Let's see. Gen Z might moan, but we need more nudity on TV, this story says. They said the amount of sex scenes on cinema and TV is plummeting right now. And a recent study by UCLA surveyed 1,500 people aged up to 24, and they said they want to see less sex on the screen. They're not wanting more. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, December 4th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is just a click or a phone call away. Missed you today, chat. You'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure.
Look at it, just all empty.
Spinning
Were they talking
around
amongst
and around.
themselves at least?
I didn't even look because the connection is down with the program that we use to multi-stream. And they said they're working on it, but probably tomorrow it'll be back up. All right, here we go. Today I learned one of the guys in this band. Simon Garfunkel. That's right, Simon and Garfunkel. Art Garfunkel has walked across Japan, the United States, and most of Europe, completing over 10,000 miles. Yes, that's right, you heard me. Not even just the United States, also Japan. Which is pretty impressive, Mr. Garfunkel. Congratulations on that one. Today I learned slot machines run by the U.S. military earn $100 million a year from service members overseas. What? What? The U.S. military has slot machines and we're getting revenue from service members overseas who are playing 3,000 slot machines?
On-base casinos or something?
Yeah. Sounds like a really weird way to operate, but okay. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
That is Nelly.
That is right. Now, Nelly, the rapper, created a scholarship. I've done this one before, called the PIMP Juice Scholarship. Pimp is positive, intellectual, motivated person. And he's been doing this for years, sending 2 people to college each and every year. And he's got a baby on the way, we just learned moments ago.
Congratulations, Nelly.
Congrats, Nelly. You did it. There you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Grab the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.